I didn't know Bush wasn't masculine. I thought they were.
I mean, in comparison to all the hey, mom, hey, those guys.
You know, what was the
What?
best one of that era? That I guess it was. I don't know. I think it's grunge. Blur. Are they grunge? They're in that era.
What'd you say?
Blur, right?
What about them?
Are they in that grunge? I mean, they're in the era, but I don't know if
Oh,
they're
well, they had
grunge.
that song too,
Kind of post
which
grunge.
was like a
Yeah, song
obvious
two.
trying to cash in on that market. 'Cause normally, their stuff sounds like the Kinks.
Well, I thought that was almost a parody. I want to say I think it could have been a parody. I'm almost
Yeah,
positive.
I mean they're British, so they're inherently smug and uh, you know,
Okay, yeah, yeah. I'm looking it up.
everything.
Song two was intended to be a joke song to kind of exactly make fun of the era of like the grunge era and all the
Yeah,
easy comedy. It was, yeah. I mean, they did a
when
good
you
job.
heard the lyrics, they're just
They're
like
making money on that.
weird bullshit.
There's one part in that song though that is like really good. The where the bass goes, like it's in the chorus. Just the bass has a little ad inside that. That's really good. It's rare when you see a good bass addition.
Yeah, I never minded Blur. I just I don't like that singer songwritery bullshit. Where it's like I
I like
never
that guy
never
though.
really like
I like the
lyrics never
Gorillas.
really did a whole lot for me.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Gorillas. I don't think it's about. I don't think he's ever been about lyrics. That guy. He's more about like just the melody. He's good at making up like a hooky melody. I mean, he's done it for the Gorillas a couple times. And Blur like twice, I guess.
No, Blur is much bigger
I'm saying
over
like hit songs.
here.
Hit songs.
For some reason, Oasis, I guess, was like the dumber version that Americans could handle and preferred.
Oasis sucked. I never like. I don't get them. It
They're just a
never appealed to me.
complete Beatles fucking rip-off band, like a cover band.
Oh, so I kept the same thumbnail. Well, some of the thumbnails. I like that "I'm Not Gay" thing from Will Smith. So I put it on the turkey here.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was a reason why, but like, are people
Oh,
trying
I
to
don't know.
make
Is turkey gay? I don't know. Is Thanksgiving a what's the gayest side dish?
probably yams?
You don't think it's cranberry sauce because it's fruity and bright?
I guess.
So I was thinking. It took me a little bit to come up with that joke.
Well, it's not even a joke; it's a fact.
I guess so.
It's scientific fact.
Yeah. No, I'd say I'm right on that. Yeah, I don't have much prepared, but speaking of anything with Thanksgiving, what always comes to mind,
Well, the last time
right?
you said you didn't have anything prepared, we had a 3 hour
Yeah.
stream.
Well, I got nothing prepared really for this one that much, but again, what goes really well with Thanksgiving? UFOs, right? It goes hand in hand with that Thursday.
I was gonna say genocide, but yeah, right after that.
Yeah. And this is the presidents on the UFO topic. Which presidents have seen UFOs? And yeah, we got a few here. Harry S. Truman,
I mean, I would
Ronald
think
Reagan.
all of them.
Well, these particular ones have come out, and I mean, I know Jimmy Carter. I didn't hear the one with Ronald Reagan and Truman, but I know that there's a lot of believers. Yeah, I guess Truman's one happened in a couple of spots. Yeah, I know Clinton tried to get more info and was denied during then. And yeah, also Jimmy Carter's wife just died too. I don't know if she was in the Deadpool. I know Jimmy Carter's in the Deadpool. He's up there. He is up there. But yeah, some UFO
I
stuff.
remember the Deadpool. That was a long time ago.
That was in the summer, I think, right? Or maybe summer.
I mean, my memory is pretty bad. I can barely remember like 2 hours ago.
Oh yeah, and then Obama and James Corden. That's a mysterious topic right there, James Corden.
I thought
How's
he
he
got
not gay?
canceled.
Yeah, but also it's like how's he not gay? I think that's more mysterious, right?
How's he not gay?
Yeah, there's some mysteries of this world that you can't place, and that's one of them. He's like the gayest straight guy in the world. Who knows if he's straight? I don't know. Oh, I think he does have children though, so that ain't too gay. Oh, and here's
How do you know they're even his though? You know.
How do you what? Yeah, that's true. How do you know they're his? Like, I mean, Michael Jackson has children, and don't think those are his.
Blanket.
Yeah, Blanket, and Paris. Who's the other? There's another one.
Oh, there's 3.
Prince, yeah, Blanket, Prince, and Paris. There's
Apparently, Prince hated Michael Jackson.
Really? Oh, the real Prince.
Well, they were competitors.
Yeah, but one was. Funny thing is, they're very different, though. It's weird that they would have hated each other because I feel like they're so different.
Yeah, one is like a producer who can play like every single instrument, and the other is just like a guy who's really good at singing, dependent completely on studio musicians.
Like what he's given, yeah, and I mean, way different. More about
but they make the same kind of music. I mean, it's like a mixture of like funk and soul and R&B and Motown shit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Michael Jackson was more of like a horror to the public stuff, and I think Prince was more about the music itself. But speaking of these gay,
he had a lot of. Well, they both had a lot of like label disputes, and I mean,
they both got killed by Sony.
That's the reason why both of them were murdered. You know,
they both got killed by Sony.
Jackson was given like a weird cocktail from his doctor. And I forget how Prince was apparently murdered, but there's several different people that wanted him dead.
Yeah. Oh, here's the president's on UFOs. I found this clip.
Did you go through the secret files, the UFO documents? Because if I was president, that'd be the first thing I did.
You know, it's funny. My daughters asked the very same question.
They did?
Yeah.
UFOs. You've been the president. You've seen all the info. Are they real?
The truth is that we've never proved one, but there are things flying around up there that we haven't fully identified yet.
Would you be allowed to tell your daughters what was in those files?
No.
You would not?
No.
Now that you're out of office, you can do anything you want, right?
True, yeah. But I'm not telling you.
You're not telling You're not telling me what? Are you not telling me that you looked at them?
I'm not telling you nothing.
If I was the president, and it's unlikely that that is ever going to happen. You never know. My hand would just, it'd still be hot from touching the Bible, and I would immediately race to wherever they have the files about Area 51 and the UFOs, and I go through everything to find out what happened. Right. Did you do that?
That's why you will not be president. Because that's the first thing that you would do.
If you become president, are you really going to tell the truth about UFOs?
I have said I want to open the files as much as we can. But there are enough stories out there that I don't think everybody is just sitting, in their kitchen making them up.
Recently, when UFOs came up on Jimmy Kimmel, she corrected his terminology.
And there's a new name. It's unexplained aerial phenomenon.
All this talk about dem aliens with the what are they, UAFs or whatever they call them, all the footage and everyone talking about it. It's like, but I was wondering if you have a theory about that.
Well, when it comes to aliens, there's some things I just can't tell you on air.
What's your viewpoint on what these objects that seem to defy all laws of physics are?
Well, first of all, that's a legitimate question now. The short answer, but not the most meaningful one, is I don't know about this. But when I was president and I had a chief of staff, John Podesta, who loved science fiction, we made every attempt to find out everything about Roswell. And we also sent people to Area 51 to make sure there were no aliens in a deep. There's no aliens, as I know.
So did you look? Did you see? Did you explore?
I can't reveal anything.
Oh, really? Because President Clinton said he did go right in and he did check and there was nothing.
Well, that's what we're instructed to say.
Are there really great secrets that you know that you can't share with people?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. And you never write about them.
No.
Maybe at a time in your life that
No.
you're like, oh, I'm 90, I'm going to do it.
No.
No, nothing. What if you were to get like a little like loopy, you know? You get old and
Start drinking
you
again?
start drinking again.
Yes, right there.
So you have interviewed a lot of presidents before, and I wanted to ask you if any of them told you if aliens were real.
Oh, I asked Obama. If aliens were real. UFOs? Any UFOs? Did you ask about that?
Certainly asked about it.
And?
Can't tell you. Sorry.
Okay. All right, I'll take that as a yes. He said he wouldn't answer the question. I said, well, that's a yes. Because if there were none,
Why
you'd say
not?
there was none, right? You just played your hand. I thought you were a poker player. You just 100% showed your river card.
Feel free to think that.
I do. I was just thinking about that the other day. Wasn't it just like a year ago that we got the report and then the people, like members, like the Secretary of the Navy or something went on 60 Minutes and said, yeah, it's real. And we're all just going on with our lives.
I know, it's crazy.
How are we just going on with our lives when we know that there are real UFOs out there? I think they're softening up the beach. They're just like, okay, they handled the video and the proof pretty well. Now let's let them know that there are aliens, because they're afraid we're going to freak out.
Yeah. I noticed there wasn't a clip of Daddy Trump in there. I know we're a far right YouTube channel, so we have to have some kind of Trump in here. We're part of the far right, so I've heard from people, which I find that kind of funny. I'd consider myself a liberal person, but I don't think the internet does. I'm a far right Trump supporter.
Before you leave office, will you let us know if there's aliens? Because this is the only thing
Here's old Daddy Trump.
I want to know what's going on. Can you ever open up Roswell and let us know what's really going on there?
So many people ask me that question.
I know it sounds almost ridiculous, but it's actually the real question I want to know.
It sounds like a cute question, but it's actually, there are millions and millions of people that want to go here, that want to see it. I won't talk to you about what I know about it. It's very interesting. Roswell's a very interesting place with a lot of people that would like to know what's going on.
So you're saying you may declassify?
No.
You'll take it?
No.
All right.
There you go. Got Daddy Trump in there now. Had to get him in because we're far right. We're far right YouTube channel, Twitch channel. Got to get that in there, right? You'd say we're far right, Lovitz?
I didn't say it. That's what we got called. We got called far right boomers.
Yeah, far right boomer. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I don't think we're in the range of boomer either. We ain't even, that's 2 generations away from us.
I feel like boomer is sometimes more of a mindset than an actual age designation, because you can be a far right boomer at like 20,
I guess maybe we're there.
I don't know. I've never voted. I never will. All I want is the economy to do well and my money to not be worthless. I don't give a shit who's in office. I don't give a fuck
far
about
right.
any kind of
That sounds far right. That sounds like you don't want someone who's lesser off than you, maybe from a different gender or from a multi-gender or a multi-disability factor, to get ahead in the society. It sounds like you're against that.
Get ahead. I mean,
right. Well, we're punching down, so they can punch up. Like, a black person can't be racist because
my roommate.
They're punching up.
My roommate at UArts said that black people can't be racist, and I said, well, I guess you're right, because no one's gonna fucking come back at you for it. And
Right.
he said, yeah, why? That's pretty much it. It's like no one's gonna contest it.
No. I mean, I recently got a Santa Claus here. It's a black Santa Claus. I have it decorated in my room right here. And
nice.
I was thinking it's the only time I'd let a black guy try to sneak into my house.
That and Kwanzaa.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's what's more fictional, letting a black guy sneak into your house or Santa Claus? I don't know.
I was just gonna say Kwanzaa is a holiday to begin with.
Well, it's a fake holiday, right? Isn't that kind of like a?
I don't know. I don't see Target really doing any kind of sales.
Yeah, I don't think that's like a real thing.
By the way, have you heard people call it Target?
Yeah, I think that's like a little. That's a boomer joke right there.
Is it?
Oh yeah, that's a boomer joke.
I thought people thought that's how it's actually supposed to be pronounced because the origins are French or some shit.
No, they're just trying to pretend like they're trying to make a joke of I went to like a shitty place, and I'm trying to pretend it's upscale.
Oh, so it's like some fake upscale pronunciation to make it
just to kind of make a joke
seem better than it is.
Yeah.
I mean, compared
But
to
I mean,
like,
it is better than
Walmart. Target is high end.
Oh yeah, Walmart. Like you don't need pants or a shirt to go into Walmart. That kind of thing.
Every time I go into Walmart, I look around immediately because I feel like someone's gonna come in and shoot the fucking place up. You know, I'm just trying to scope out everyone involved, get in and get out before some fucking freak shit happens.
Like the appropriate demeanor is to be like as drunk as you can be, probably only a little bit of clothes on, and in a scooter, and then you'll fit right into Walmart. Go right through the aisles.
When you say scooter, you don't mean like a Razor scooter. You mean like a
No, I mean like
scooter
like an American
scooter, can't walk.
Something for Americans. Yeah. This
Yeah,
is
my aunt can't come to Thanksgiving because there's no ramp for her to walk up to, and she can't lift her legs high enough to go up.
What if you build one? What if you get like some plywood down?
No. Pat said fuck her. He'd rather not have her be able to come around than get the ramp built.
She actually wanted a ramp built, or this might be an excuse for her not to go either, though.
So she's a lawyer, and like her father got in a car accident, and she sued like the insurance company. So he's like, I'm not even trying to get involved with some bitch who could like slip and fall or fucking blame her being an obese pig on getting like injured or some kind of shit.
Oh yeah,
it's not worth it. She's not worth having around anyway. She's like Brendan Fraser, but without the I don't know,
Academy Award.
Baby Ruth. Yeah.
Okay.
What was he eating in the drawer? I can't remember. He
had a
like,
pizza ham on
the
it,
moment
right?
he like took that shit out, I was like, oh man, is this motherfucker just gonna eat the whole thing at once? And it's like he didn't even chew it. He just fucking swallowed it.
Honestly, I thought that movie was like that whole scene was so comedic. I legitimately was like laughing during it. I was legitimately
I gotta say that
laughing
movie
really hard.
It really is. It's more
especially
just
knowing it's a fat suit, like
awkward and funny than it is heartwarming or like dramatic and even sad. It's, you know.
Also, the dramatic stuff is like so. I mean, it's one of those movies that when people look back at it, they're gonna be like, "This was not good," and this performance is not that great. It's like embarrassing.
Yeah,
it's like over dramatic
right.
when he's like, I don't know. There's a lot, even like the trailer. It's like he's so over dramatic, like in it. It's
Do you remember that
very
movie Crash with Sandra Bullock and Ludacris, who's he's starring in this new Xmas Christmas movie where he plays
Are you talking about Christopher Bridges? Christopher Brian Bridges? Formerly known as Ludacris? You must be talking about Christopher. He now goes by Christopher Bridges.
Hang them bows.
By the way, there's a joke in that trailer, that shitty Christmas movie he's in, where he says, "That's just ludicrous." He says it like a joke, but it's a big callback to him being ludicrous. Yeah, that's what we got to deal with Hollywood these days. But again, that's a black Santa Claus in there. Little Ray plays a black Santa Claus.
People love Lil Ray. He's
I don't really get why. I'll say that.
Because he's
don't get why.
He's a friendly, fat, affable, non-threatening black guy. You know, he's
He
like,
lost weight though. He's not that fat anymore. He's not fat enough.
well, he better put some weight on. You don't want to
I
get
agree.
Horatio Sands.
Yeah, I mean, I've just never found him like funny. I don't know. It's like
You're
he's
not.
not.
Are you watching his stuff? I mean, other than you saw him like in what the
Get
fuck was it?
Out.
Yeah, but he
I
was
saw him in that.
funny in that. I mean,
saw him in the Eric Andre movie. He's kind of the straight guy. He's not like an unlikable actor, but I wouldn't say it's someone that like, oh, I need to go see a Little Ray movie. The Eric Andre movie was pretty good. You ever see that with him, where he does like the prank shit?
I have it on. I had it on my Apple TV shit, but I think it's gone now. The whole thing's gone.
What's it called? It's
They're
called
wiping out one app at a time to where I have no other option but to buy the new version.
Well, you should just get an Amazon thing. It's only $20. You don't have to get the new Apple TV.
No,
That's just
never. Not until this thing completely croaks.
Well, I'm
a man of principles.
I guess so. You're a man of no streaming, is what it sounds like. You're a man of no entertainment.
I stream. I got a bunch of illegal sites and well, I don't even want to watch football anymore. It's just too depressing.
Yeah, it's been a really bad season. It's been a really bad season. I think regardless of having a bad fantasy year, it's just been
I feel like it's just been bad overall. Like the amount of quarterback injuries is ridiculous. And
well, I mean, there's come this Sunday, there's gonna be 11 rookie quarterbacks that have started. Like that's terrible. You know what I mean? Like that's terrible. I mean, it shows you all the injuries. It shows you all the shitty quarterback play. Like,
well, I think only 2 of them were by choice.
Yeah, I guess so.
Stroud and Young.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think they're the only
Every
2.
single other one has been from either they've been terrible or they've been injured.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's not even like there was like, oh, we're gonna wait a couple weeks then put it in our. Well, Levis might be that. Levis is kind of that. He's kind of like, I think they eventually wanted to play him. You know what I mean?
On my one team, I've already had 4 people with season-ending injuries.
Yeah, it's been a really shitty year. I mean, that game yesterday sucked. Like, it's just been a bad.
I know.
Season.
I don't like watching the Chiefs and not be able to score. Like it's.
Oh, they should have got that last touchdown too. That was pretty bad.
The worst was the fucking Bills got. Josh Allen had 3 passing touchdowns, and I have Diggs, Gabe Davis, and Dalton Kincaid, who's their main tight end now. And neither one, like all 3 of them, didn't get any of it. And Gabe Davis had fucking 0 points.
Yeah, Gabe Davis had 0 points, and then Shakir on my bench.
Like I'm listening
Shakir on my bench had 24 points.
And like you're supposed to be very intelligent, or saying how important is the stack. I mean, what the fuck?
Oh, they're just wrong. They don't get it. I mean, I think it's also like it really depends.
Yeah,
next year that could work out, but it's not always there's no guarantee.
I got like fucking 70 combined points from Lawrence and Ridley, and I still lost because no one else did shit. So I don't know. I know this. I'm not going to be putting $250 down on a fucking team ever again.
Wait, did Darrell Henderson get cut?
Yeah, because Kyron Williams is back.
Jesus Christ!
Why you have him?
So bad. Well, yeah, I had him on my one team on the ESPN. I mean, I'm not that team's like a joke, but that team's like such a joke.
Yeah, I mean, the beginning of the season, Mark Andrews missed week 1, and then Burrow was like completely fucked. It was just like before it even started, it was fucked.
Yeah.
Injury discounts are not a thing when you're drafting with football. It's like every coach just says such vague bullshit where you can't even tell what's really going on, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because they want a competitive advantage or whatever the fuck it is. I mean, it's just bullshit reporting.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like Cup went from day to day to missing 5 fucking weeks.
Right. Every time I set my lineup, I just feel like a retard each week.
I'm retarded? knock those together. No.
Holy shit!
Jeez.
Oh
Bobby,
my
stop!
God.
Bobby.
Hit you with the old stuff.
Yeah, what is that last one from?
It's from a cooking show I found.
Oh.
I saw it happen live, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta fucking." I was like watching the show, and I was like, "Oh, I have to."
Weird that the guy looks
Guy's
like
so
Joe
weird
Rogan.
looking. Yeah, I was like, the guy is so weird looking. I was like, I have to like, and he's definitely obviously has a wig on.
Actually, that's probably. I think that's where the name probably came from.
Could be.
That in High School High.
Yeah, that's a good movie though. It's a good parody.
Yeah,
movie.
you like Tia Carrera or whatever the fuck her name was?
Oh yeah, she's very attractive in that.
I think most people know her from Wayne's World.
Yeah, but she's definitely good in that. That's way after Wayne's World
I
too.
think she's Hawaiian.
Pretty sure she's Hawaiian. Some kind of Asian with Hawaiian. It's a good combo.
Samoan.
It's a good mixture right there. It's a melting
You know
pot.
what Paul
Hawaii.
Mooney said about Samoans, right?
Something racist, probably.
Well, he can't be racist. He's black.
Oh right, yeah, they're punching down. Oh, and we're punching down. They're punching up. We're always punching down, especially my black joke about Black Santa Claus. That's a big punching down joke there.
Yeah, that one's probably gonna get flagged.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like
If
the
you
only
were
time
Mr.
you'd let him.
Beast, though, you could probably put on some blackface and give somebody like $10,000 and you'd be good to go.
Yeah, I wish I was Mr. Beast.
He's got candy bars and shit now.
I saw him in the grocery store.
Yeah, he's got. I don't know if they're like energy.
He's got a
bars,
burger chain too, man. He's got a burger chain.
Really?
And and it's a smart idea, man. It's a ghost
Well,
kitchen.
burger chains aren't about the food; they're about the real estate.
But this is all like a delivery chain. It's a ghost kitchen. Like they don't have a location. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. They don't have a location you can go to, but they
It's
have
it's like Little Caesars.
Yeah,
Little
exactly.
Caesars,
It's
they
like
have
a pizza
store,
place.
But you can never like sit down and eat, and
Or-
you can't
or like a
sit down and
Domino's.
order. You pretty much just go and pick it up, and there's like this conveyor belt thing where you put in the code of your order, and then it opens up the little thing like a.
Have you got Little Caesars? Have you ever had it? I've never had it.
Yeah, I like it. It's fucking gross and weird, but
I've never had
it's,
it once.
It's got a thick ass dough, and it's not bad. I like Little Caesars. I fuck with that.
The owner is the Red Wings owner. That's why the stadium.
You don't
is like
remember
Little
you
Caesars
never seen the
Arena.
commercials? The little like pizza.
Yeah, I didn't think we had them in New Jersey. I didn't think we had that shit. I've never seen it
I've
around.
never had it until I moved to Point Pleasant Beach.
Jesus,
and that's,
man,
that's a little far from me. I have to go like 20 minutes to get it, so I don't really order
Yeah,
it
but
very
isn't there
often.
like 100 pizza places you can go to that are real pizza instead of that?
Yeah, but I go to those places. all the
I
time
can't do that
because I get
shit,
sick
man.
of them.
I can't do that shit. I can't like actively get like a shitty pizza in New Jersey.
It's not
when we
about
have-
that. I've like been to these great places you're talking about over and over again. I want some bad shit to mix it up.
You want that 7-Eleven? Well, the Wawa. You had a Wawa pizza.
No, that was horrible. I'll never.
Wawa's got pizza.
That was disgusting. The cheese, honestly, like the cheese, is some of the worst fucking pizza cheese I've ever had. It was just. Not only did it taste terrible, the consistency was like just. I don't know. It was like gooey and cheap and shit. It tasted like spackle looks.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a school lunch pizza kind of thing.
Really, now every time I see these Napoleon trailers, I cannot take them serious whatsoever because I just.
I watched
think
I was going to bring this up last time.
expand some like.
Dude, I was going to bring it up last time because I saw the trailer before the holdovers, and oh my god, it's terrible. So there is not a single French accent in the trailer. No one tries to do a French accent. Every other person.
Surprised by there isn't like some big French backlash where it's like, oh, it's like the Patriot, where
I don't think
Americans are rewriting British history, where a bunch of Germans burned people in a barn, but now they're saying it's something we did when that never happened. You know, that kind
Oh,
of shit.
I can guarantee you this movie won't play in France. It won't play in France. Like they're not gonna like.
You've seen The Patriot before, right? That Mel Gibson movie with Heath Ledger.
Yeah, but I mean, just dude, it's just every other. I mean, first off, every person in the trailer, obviously, other than Joaquin Phoenix, which that's another. I'll get to that. But everyone's speaking an English accent, which is the rival country of France. So they're speaking an English accent. Everybody, especially during that period when Waterloo and like France was going against England in this. Will be a part of the movie. They're speaking British accents, and then Joaquin Phoenix sounds like he's from fucking California when he talks. He's like, "Yeah, I'm Napoleon." That's pretty much how he says it. Like, my name is Napoleon.
It feels like he's doing the movie out of spite. Like he doesn't like the producer or whoever he had to. You know what? It feels
Ridley
like
Scott. I don't know about that. I think he wants to work with Ridley Scott.
A musical group has a deal for like 3 albums or something, and the first one they try, and then the second and third they just don't even give a shit anymore. They're just like mailing it in to get out of the deal.
It is weird though, because it is a Ridley Scott movie, so you'd think it'd be a little more. I don't know. He already talked some shit to people there, like because people talked to him about the inaccuracies, and he said "fuck you" to them. Like he's a big, he's kind of a sassy guy. He always has something.
Well,
to
yeah,
say.
he did that fucking whole bullshit documentary with Casey Affleck where he was acting like a complete asshole on purpose with some
I'm
fake
talking about
rap career.
Yeah.
What was that shit? I forget that I'm here. Something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then he went on Letterman, and he got memed out because people didn't realize it was a joke.
Yeah, he's a character actor. He gets in character. I don't know. I'll have to say. He is good when he's good. I can't say I ever thought he was bad in a role, Joaquin Phoenix, but maybe this could be that movie because I don't know.
He's
Gladiator
good
too.
He's good in Gladiator. He's good in
Joker.
Well, I don't know, that Johnny Cash movie's whatever.
I'd say he was good in that though.
What's he gonna do? Pretend to pop some pills and lip sync?
I'd say he was probably one of the more interesting parts of that movie.
Well, he better be. He's the fucking lead. What do you mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I actually have to say, like, I can't really think of anything I really. There's movies he's done that I don't like, but I would never say it's his fault. Her, he was good. The movie's pretty good. Beau is Afraid. That movie's not good.
Bland, okay.
Yeah,
that's like a soft serve fucking fake dream world that I want to live in.
Joker's definitely good, but
yeah, it's okay. It's like a pretty blatant Taxi Driver ripoff.
Yeah, I think that's why it's good. Inherent Vice sucks, but I wouldn't say he's bad.
Yeah, that movie made me sad because I like Paul Thomas Anderson, but that shit was so boring. It reminded me. It was kind of what was the Quentin Tarantino movie where they're in the cabin for like 4 hours? Hateful Eight,
yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking horrible. I almost wanted to pretend like the
people who like it
are just.
The people who like that movie are just pretending to like it. That's like what I was realizing. I was
no,
like,
they're like
people
Tarantino fucking suckle pigs.
There's nothing good about this movie. Again,
nothing happens, but his writing is so great.
Yeah. Signs was a good movie for Joaquin Phoenix. He's the brother. Meryl.
I guess, yeah. He didn't really have to do a whole lot.
I like Signs. I like that movie.
No, I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying like his part wasn't really that big.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know about that. He actually had. I don't know. I think he did have a big part.
It was big in theory because of his like relation to the
memorable
character, but he didn't really have many lines.
Yeah, but I feel like he was very memorable for not doing a whole lot. Well, he didn't have a lot of lines.
He should be. There's only like fucking 4 people in the entire thing. It's Dakota Fanning, Mel Gibson, and that little fucking fag kid that probably never heard of ever again.
Was it Dakota Fanning? Are you sure in that? I don't think it was Dakota.
Oh no,
Fanning.
maybe not. I don't know. It should have been, but actually, that would have cost more.
Yeah, I don't think it was her. It was somebody else.
No, it's like a lookalike, because that
I think
way
it's that
you
girl
get the
from
same type of
Little Miss
part
Sunshine.
and just don't have to pay the money for it.
The Little Miss Sunshine girl. I'm pretty sure it is. Hey, you had Michael Showalter.
Yeah,
You had
you're
Michael
right.
Showalter in it. You had a Culkin. You had that other Culkin. Not. Wait, is that the one that's in that shitty show that everyone pretends to like too? Oh no, different Culkin.
No. Kieran Culkin's older than Macaulay.
Space Camp. What's up, Mixaplix?
No,
Mixixoplex.
this Culkin is younger than both of them by like 20 years or some shit. What's Space Camp?
I don't know. I might have been late to that comment. What's up, man? Maybe it's a
Like, you're going to Space Camp?
Maybe he's on his way. He's got the Nickelodeon deal.
I didn't know that shit still existed.
Oh, he's referring to the movie Space Camp, which is that. Are you talking about the movie Space Camp? Is there a movie called Space Camp? Maybe I'm wrong. Is that Joaquin Phoenix?
You sure about that?
You sure about that? I don't know. I'm lost. I actually found this movie Space Camp. It's got Leah Thompson and that black guy from Revenge of the Nerds in it, and it looks really weird.
Yeah, Leah Thompson was good. Did you ever see the movie All the Right Moves with Tom Cruise?
Wait, hold on. Who's Leaf Phoenix? Is that a different Phoenix? Who's Leaf Phoenix?
Yeah, there's several. There's River Phoenix. There's Joaquin Phoenix. There's like Moon Phoenix, who's been in some shit. She's kind of ugly. That's one of the sisters.
Well, hold on. Was that his? Was that what he went by? Did he go by Leaf Phoenix? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he is in that movie Space Camp, and he did go by Leaf Phoenix. That's really fucking weird.
Leaf.
I did not know that. Leaf, because I mean, remember his brother is River.
Oh, like Leaf Garrett.
His sister is Rain, so River, Rain, and Leaf. So his real name, he was born.
When you say Leaf, I thought you were saying Leaf like Leaf Garrett, the 80s pop star. Not Leaf as in Leaf the thing off a tree.
Yeah, like the thing off a tree. He went by that for a little bit there. Weird.
Who the fuck is that? What does he look like?
Leaf Phoenix?
Yeah.
Leaf Phoenix is Joaquin Phoenix. That's what he went by as a stage name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sister's gross. I don't like her. She has a very obnoxious, hard, angry face.
Oh, Rain Phoenix?
You'd have to show me a picture, but I'm assuming that's the one. Yeah. I don't like her at all.
I mean, here's all right, let's watch this trailer for Space Camp because I'm intrigued. Probably I don't think we'll get flagged for this one.
This is Atlantis. Radio check satisfactory.
I think it's been forgotten in time.
Space Camp. Robert Pickett, America's real training ground for future astronauts.
Yeah, I'm a Leah Thompson fan.
Yeah, I like Leah Thompson.
Even in like bad shit, she looks good. Like Howard the Duck, that horrible 80s fucking.
My father wants Space Camp, but I want my head examined.
Is that Jim McMahon? Oh no, never mind.
No.
I've seen this asshole before though.
I read. It's a real drag sometimes. What'd you get on your SATs? 800s.
Oh shit, is that
Rudy Tyler, ma'am.
it's that John Travolta motherfucker.
Rudy Tyler, ma'am. The green one right next to the red.
At 0900 Thursday, we're going to test fire the engines and some.
Lambda, right?
Earth to Catherine.
Stand by for main engine.
You a tri-lamb?
She's all yours.
4, 3, 2, go for main engine test.
have main engine test.
We have overheat on Booster B.
What does that mean?
We can't stop it. Booster B is near ignition. It's going to light. Get that thing operational.
Go for launch. Now!
We're not authorized. Light it or they're going to die.
What's happening?
Do it now. Light it.
An impossible mistake. Launch them into space.
Ooh, this movie's got some bad timing. I just looked it up. I'll get into that. There is some bad timing on this one. So, this came out in June of 1986. And do you know what happened in 1986 in January?
E.T.?
No, little more, what is it, like a disaster than E.T. E.T. was not a disaster. That's a great movie. I can't put E.T. down. I couldn't do that to myself. Yeah.
Oh, you mean like some movie similar to this bombed?
No, not a movie. It was a real life event. The Challenger blew up. Space shuttle. Yeah, it only blew up like 4 months before this movie. So, oof.
People
I would
really
have
wanted
not
to
put that
watch
movie out.
Space stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of. Yeah, that was definitely one of those moments that was kind of, I guess, the end of people liking space stuff, probably. Especially the mainstream appeal, you know. But
What, like
hey,
watching it on TV?
hey, there is a lot of conspiracy theories on that one, by the way. That the people that blew up in the Challenger didn't actually blow up, and that they're still around, and people have found these people that look a lot like the Challenger people. So it's kind of a weird conspiracy that they could still be alive.
Well, it's like Tupac and Kurt Cobain being on an island together.
Yeah, this one is a little weirder because they've actually even confronted and found some of the people, and they really do look a lot like the people that are dead. Just like if it was years later. I mean, I'll show you one. It's like here's one. There's other examples, but here's Michael J. Smith who died, and here's a professor of University of Western Mass. Michael J. Smith, the same. They didn't even change his name. Looks pretty fucking similar. There's a couple people you can search in this Challenger conspiracy and find out there's something there. Could be something there.
Yeah, what would you do if like there's like a troll account that was your identity and just
I could see it, man. I'm surprised it hasn't happened for like a lot of people.
Shit.
I honestly, today's day and age we live in, like I wouldn't even be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. If any, like I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, where people just take. Like that's also why it's like it's creepy to be on these Facebook things and other crap because it's so easy to get like your photos and have like you could have easily a full account.
There's been like celebrity feuds where the fake account just I don't know, it's like really good and this has a ton of followers, even though people kind of know it's fake, and then the real person, not knowing it's fake, will interact with it,
right?
And they'll ruin their reputation completely.
Yeah, no, and I saw something actually kind of funny. There was a guy who would troll these people who would like leave these bad reviews on a store. Like, let's say it was like Target, and they'd leave a bad review on Target. He'd make these fake accounts that just say Target management, and then he'd like troll the people. It was really funny. Stuff like that was good. And they'd like get into it and be like so offended. Oh, but I know Mixed Sixplex is in Canada, so I don't know if they have a Thanksgiving. I think you guys do have a Thanksgiving, but it already happened. You had something like a Thanksgiving recently. Does Canada have a Thanksgiving?
Yeah, what are some purely Canadian holidays?
Life Day with Star Wars, right? Isn't that Canadian?
Life Day?
Yeah, Life Day.
Life of what?
Life of Pi.
Ugh.
Right. Get into that canoe with that tiger. There's a couple movies, man, that have not stood the test of time. Slumdog Millionaire doesn't really stand up too well today.
Yeah, it's okay. I rather watch that than Life of Pi.
There's a lot of like Oscar movies that are like sensational. That I mean, I'm sure Everything Everywhere All at Once will be the same thing, where everyone's like, "This fucking one, these hot dog fingers."
Yeah, the movie where the guy shoved the dildo up his ass, activated his power, and the woman in a lesbian relationship with hot dog fingers. That won an Oscar?
Yeah.
Really? You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about that. Even Warwick Davis fell down. I'm sure about that. Oh man.
Yeah, maybe we should have a sure about that with the finger hot dog dildo lady.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why? You sure it wasn't because after the thing that happened to me, no one could look at me without dying laughing? You sure about that? You sure about that's not why?
Yeah, it looks like Canada, like Mixoplex is saying, their holiday of Canada's Thanksgiving is in October. And seems like to be a similar thing. It seems like the exact same thing of us, but earlier. And I think they also have some CFL stuff going on. So they have football.
Mixoplex, do you have a hockey team you root for? Because I'm a pretty big Senators fan all of a sudden.
Yeah? Well, he's a Leafs fan. He's gone over this.
Yeah, because of the Tukuk brothers and Stutzel.
Yeah, Kachuk.
Yeah,
Stutzel.
that's what I said.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the CFL Grey Cup has been won by the Montreal Alouettes. Everybody hates that Montreal
I wonder if Josh Gordon is still in that shit. You know, he still holds the record for receiving yards in a season.
I don't think he's around anymore.
No.
He's in the XFL.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. I thought he was in the CFL.
No, I think he.
Oh, no, you're
I don't
right.
know if he
Yeah,
even
never mind.
did
I'm
play in the
mixing them
CFL.
together.
No, he did. He never went to the CFL. I'm surprised. He never did.
Yeah, I'm mixing them together.
Yeah, he went to. Yeah, he went to the XFL. He was in the XFL last season.
And he hopefully dominated.
I think he
You know
did.
what's fucked up?
I think he did. I'm sure that would.
He went from setting the single season yardage record to being out of the league because he was getting high, and now
Yeah,
they
that's
don't even
ridiculous.
test for it anymore. They don't even do
No,
it.
I don't care. Well, you have a couple legal states.
I know,
but even back then,
it's
man,
still
it's like even back then there was legal
He'd be
states.
like one of the highest paid receivers, all pro,
Yeah, it's
every
ridiculous.
fucking year, and they fucking canceled him for that shit, and now it doesn't even matter. Like, it's so.
Yeah, I mean,
fucked.
also weed's been legal in California since 1992.
I know, but he
so
played for the Cleveland
that's-
Browns.
Yeah, but either way, you could still be a resident of California. You know, like what? I'm sure he probably was.
Well,
Actually, there's a good chance he is from
I don't know.
California.
Whatever was going on, he got fined and banned and suspended over and over and over again to where his career was fucked. So
No, it looks like he's a Texas guy. That weed does not go good with Texas. So we all know that. Still doesn't go good with Texas. But here's my next topic here.
The Larry Tunsil bong mask clip in somehow. That shit's
Yeah.
good.
Should get that. Here's my
You
next
know,
topic.
he's one of the
Thanksgiving
highest paid
side dishes.
offensive lineman in the league now.
Yeah. That was a bad, like that. Someone tanked his, probably some fucking
Yeah,
agent.
it was his stepfather. His stepfather.
No, it probably was like
was-
another agent to try to get his
No,
player up
he's okay. So
fucking
like his
2
stepfather
rounds.
and this guy were trying to be like his representatives and agent and stuff. And when he chose not to do business with them anymore, they tried to sabotage his career with the bong mask video.
Yeah, could be, man. Yeah. So Thanksgiving side dishes. What's your favorite side dish, love? Is it
I
yams?
like my cousin who is kind of hot. She looks sort of like Jessica Alba.
That's your favorite side dish?
Just like this yam shit where it's kind of like it's got
Oh,
like
I thought she's the
kinda
best
nut
side dish.
mixed in. I think it's like not hazelnut. It's like
Dude, she sounds like the best side dish there.
I'm trying to think of the nut.
It's a
I'm
pecan.
sorry, I'm like too focused and
probably pecans.
Yeah, it was pecans. Yeah, and her shit was good. And I don't really fuck with that kind of shit, but it was sort of like when you get macaroni and cheese and has that like hard breadcrumb thing on the top.
Yeah, not into that.
All right, well, what's yours?
I mean, I'd say I kind of like. I'd say good old mashed potatoes probably the best.
That's such obvious, basic bitch shit. I could have said that too.
That's the best one. Best side dish.
I know, but I'm trying to be creative. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I don't like how macaroni and cheese has become this Thanksgiving side dish. I'm more of a traditionalist.
No, I wasn't saying that. I was saying how
It
it
has,
crusts on
though.
top.
But I'm saying you know it's like become like a side dish that's like it's like acceptable Thanksgiving side dish. To me, it's like, I mean, right here also on this photo, I like the broccoli. I'd go for that broccoli too.
Yeah, I don't mind broccoli with cheese. For some reason, cheese and broccoli goes pretty good.
Goes good. But here's the states. Here's the different sides this according to the states. Alabama is corn casserole. What do you think about that?
Corn casserole?
I don't know if I like that.
I don't know.
The green bean casserole comes up here in Alaska.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But that's very Thanksgiving though.
I've had that
I
with
don't like
almonds in it. You ever had that?
Yeah, it's not bad with almonds.
I kind of
it's okay.
Like with the almonds, it's a little bit better.
It's like the most. I don't know. It's such like a slop fest where you just put a bunch of.
What is stuffing?
Well, stuffing's just like breadcrumbs with some chicken stock and some herbs.
Oh, I thought it
and
was like
a little
the
bit of celery.
I thought it was like the innards of the bird.
No, but a lot of people will, I think, cook it in the cavity to get that into it. But I don't know. I think that's kind of done. Most people just do stuffing as a separate.
Yeah, that's fucked up. You like craft some fucking potpourri mixture and shove it up a bird's ass and deep fry it for like 8 hours.
No, the best thing to do is to stuff up that mirepoix up its ass. I mean, that you stuff up that
Carrots,
mirepoix,
celery, and onions. Yeah,
stuff it up in there, and that'll help out the. That's the best thing to do.
Mirepoix.
But you got to inject that bird too.
French cuisine is based on it, so I had to do that like every single fucking day. And then you have to add a little bit of not a little bit, like a shitload of butter.
Yeah, well, you inject that. You inject the turkey with butter too. If you do it right, you inject it with butter. Get a little butter mixture injected in there. Butter, garlic, all that shit. Yeah, sweet potato casserole.
Injected with something, what would you pick for us, like condiments?
What with a turkey?
No, like
butter.
As yourself.
Oh, like what would I inject into myself?
Well, unwillingly get injected with.
Heroin.
Oh, I was gonna say hot sauce.
Okay.
I said condiments.
Oh, well, I guess it depends. If you're in Seattle, it's a condiment, right? Because it depends on the state.
No one's in Seattle anymore.
Yeah.
Once Cobain died.
Yeah. Alaska, sweet potato casserole. That kind of sounds like what you're talking about. Sweet potato casserole. I don't like sweet potatoes. I know people do. I don't.
Well, but do you remember Jessica Alba in that Dark Angel TV show?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I remember her in Idle Hands. I think that's my that's the heyday of when I think of her is Idle Hands, Jessica Alba in that angel costume.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
That's some Jessica.
Did Dark
Jessica
Angel
Alba.
come out after that movie?
Probably. I think so. That's a little early, that movie for her.
Yeah, Idle Hands is it's a decent stoner comedy.
Not a bad movie.
It's not good. It's not terrible. Devon Sawa was peaking like a motherfucker.
He's tweaking too, right? Yeah, here's the photo I was referring to with Jessica Alba.
Yeah. She has like an ass shot and her ass is like insane. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know what the fuck she is. Is she Spanish?
She's Spanish, but she never looked like it. At least
I know,
not
but,
enough to like.
I can't tell what the fuck's going on. Yeah, like her and Idle Hands was, and her too. The like her friend who's blonde in the movie was really good also.
Yeah. No, yeah, I remember really liking this movie. I think because she was in it for a lot. I mean, I liked the idea too. The idea was kind of cool. I liked the weed stuff in it. I liked the whole hand on
Do
its.
you remember
It was
the
a decent
cameo
movie.
of the musical group?
Is it Offspring?
Yeah, it's the Offspring.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of know this movie like way too well. Like I'll say that.
Well, it's
I know
because
it pretty
it's one of
fucking
those
well.
movies that Comedy Central would show all the fucking time.
I think I have it on VHS too. So
Like
I
the
watched
Hebrew
it.
Hammer.
I also
I
watched
never wanted to watch that fucking movie for a second, but Comedy Central would play that over and over and over again. It's so bad.
Okay, let's do these next states. California stuffing, boring. Green bean casserole seems to be a big thing. Colorado, green bean casserole.
Yeah, honestly, I never associated Thanksgiving with this green bean casserole shit, and it's everywhere.
I'm seeing some wrong stuff though already here. All right, let me get to
I
it.
don't like green beans. They suck.
Oh, I like green beans. I don't mind green beans.
In what and how?
I like green beans if you just kind of. I wouldn't like them in that casserole because that's all just like canned green beans. I like if you steam them and they're good. You know, I like green beans.
Okay, like stir fry.
No, not stir fried, like steamed, like a broccoli, like steamed. You know,
like in a like one of those fucking. It's not like a saute pan. It's like a wok.
Sauce, like a saucepan.
It's like a wok, and you put green beans and like carrots and some shit and soy sauce and.
All right, I'm getting whole different categories when I go from site to site. So I'm questioning
I'm getting hungry, like doing all this
questioning
shit.
the reality of these sites. This one says Alabama is dressing. I don't know what dressing is. Is dressing? What is dressing?
I think dressing is probably
stuffing.
Kind of gravy.
No, it's stuffing. Hash brown casserole. That sounds good from Alaska. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
What's in that? Oh, that sounds like it's like a potato dish. That sounds good. I'm all on that. Better than green bean casserole. California mashed potatoes. Arkansas white gravy. Now that's a big thing down there. That white gravy.
You remember I had this like your mom gave me this like I think it's Ukrainian dish. It was sliced up potatoes in it was kind of like a cream sauce. It was fucking awesome.
That's not Ukrainian, but you're talking about like potatoes au gratin or scalloped potatoes.
I don't know. It was like thinly sliced potatoes and some kind of sauce. It was awesome.
Yeah. It's I mean, I've always heard them as scalloped potatoes, but a lot of people call that potatoes au gratin. But it probably looked like this. It's these like thin sliced potatoes. It's got cheese, butter.
Yeah,
And shit. You can't go wrong.
And,
Can't go wrong with that.
It reheated really well because it was kind of like lasagna, where it had layers to it.
Yeah, to me, this is an Easter. This was always around Easter that this would get made. It goes with ham well, and I'm not a big ham fan.
I think I have kind of fucked up pork allergy because last time I
like pork, but I don't like ham
a bacon, egg, and cheese. I had like my throat was fucking itching and shit. So,
all right, let's go. Colorado's got some basic bitch mashed potatoes, which I'm all for that. Connecticut too.
No, you're right. It seems like mac and cheese is really infiltrating all this Thanksgiving stuff.
It's infiltrated it, man, and I'm not sure if I like it. Mac and cheese, Delaware. Mac and cheese, DC. That's not a real state. That's
I don't know. I mean,
combination.
Mac and cheese is pretty hard to fuck up. It's just like pasta.
Yeah, I mean, it is exactly. It is. I mean, there is some really good ones. You know, I've had it at like restaurants before where it's like really good.
But
so,
I
get it.
Like, actually, you know, I have had mac and cheese with like gravy, and the
you can fuck it up though.
With the mac and cheese is disgusting. Like that's not a combination of food.
I've definitely had like fucked up mac and cheese homemade where it's like it's just so it's like dry. You know, like if you don't like if the cheese gets like too cooked,
it goes both
like
ways.
Dry.
It's either like way too dry or it's like way too wet and saucy.
It can go
like
wrong
in a pool. It's like in a pool of cheese water, and it's I think that's even worse than it being dry.
Let's see. Sweet potato casserole from Florida down south, kind of
That's what
bullshit.
my cousin makes, who I
Georgia mac and cheese, Hawaii turkey gravy. That's not really a
I mean,
side
I don't
dish.
care. You know, you would call me white trash. Like, my
Oh
cousin.
no, yeah, come on. I
remember we went on this like weird bowling thing with the Seninos, and they were like both taking turns trying to have sex with their cousin.
Yeah, and they like denied
not
that they
really have
were.
sex, but, like,
they were
just-
like, I've seen dudes hit on women, and they were really hitting on their cousin.
I know they were like
It's
they
like
were
undeniable,
each other
guys.
to impress her.
Yeah.
It was her and this like little annoying asshole. But
I mean,
the whole time I was thinking like, I feel like I'm on a double date or some shit right now. This is like weird. This whole vibe
fuck my
is like
cousin.
off.
Hey, she's from where was she from? Tennessee.
She
I think
was
cousin
pretty
fucking stuff.
cute.
She was. I mean, I
she
didn't blame
was
him.
Tall and gangly, but she was pretty hot.
Yeah, but
I
again,
mean,
we
she
were
was
like
my cousin. I
17.
would have made a play, even though we had bumper.
I think she got married like a year later. You know, like when you're in the South, you get married at like 18. As soon as you turn 18, you get married.
Yeah, fucking Jeffrey Lee Lewis and Winona Ryder got married at like 15.
Yeah, sounds right. This is the
Dennis Quaid.
abomination. Idaho green bean casserole. Idaho. How the fuck is it not potatoes? That's absurd. Maybe they're like, we've had enough potatoes. We need something else. Potatoes isn't special, I guess. Illinois, those Chicago fucks, they like mashed potatoes. Here's some gross shit. Indiana likes deviled eggs.
I don't like them.
I did used to like them
like
before.
those at all.
I used to like it before I found out what was in it. And I see I don't like mustard and I don't like mayo. And then I found out that both of them were in it, and I couldn't do it ever again. And
I
that was
just
the last
find them
time I ever
like
had it.
visually really weird and unappealing. You know,
I mean, I like hard-boiled
you're
eggs.
fine with food. Like if it doesn't look good, it's just gonna taste bad no matter what. Like your brain.
Yeah,
is gonna
I have a
fucking-
big thing with that. Like I don't like things that are white as far as food. So it's like that to me is
Yeah, like white bread.
or just like
What-
mayo.
You remember Wonder
that kind
Bread?
of stuff. It's just,
Is that even like a
just a look.
common?
It's not for me. I'm too black for that. I got a black Santa Claus in my house right now.
Yeah,
I'm looking
can't
at a black
imagine-
Santa Claus. He's staring me down.
I feel like I can't imagine black people being into any of this shit other than the mac and cheese.
No, man. I think they would like. Honestly, I think they'd like. Who doesn't like mashed potatoes? Who doesn't like green beans or mac and cheese? I think they like all this shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is the complete opposite, actually.
Yeah, I think they actually
They're
like
all
most of this
into,
stuff.
green beans and mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese.
Iowa corn. That's a good side. That's a solid side right there. Corn. Yeah, can't go wrong. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. It's like at least it's just corn. It's not a dish. It's corn. Like Kansas cream corn. No thanks. No thanks. I'm out. Start putting that cream in there. No, thank you. Broccoli casserole. I've never had that, but it sounds good from Kentucky. I don't think that would be bad. And also, I've heard Kentucky has this thing called a hot brown. Have you heard of a hot? That's like very southern. Have you heard of a hot brown?
Isn't it like a
This is like
brownie with
very.
whiskey on it?
This is like super Louisville. Like I've never heard of this until I heard someone from Louisville talking about it, and I was like, "What the fuck is a hot brown?" It's very
It
common
sounds
there.
like somebody getting paid to get their chest shit on by a prostitute.
It sounds crazy. It's like an open sandwich with turkey, ham, bacon, and like a
Jesus Christ, like a
cheese
heart
sauce.
attack in a bun.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say that it sounds bad, but it's just a weird thing. I mean, it's just brown. It's called a hot brown. So it's nice when you get some
To be a
brown.
hot brown sounds like some weird sexual fetish.
Yeah, it sounds like an order from an escort service, right?
Which do you remember when Odell Beckham Jr. there was like
That's a
the
hot
whole
brown.
report of him getting prostitutes to pay the shit on his chest?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that kind
What
of
do you
disappeared.
think he does Like after
I'm sure that was real.
he shit on his chest, he just like wipes the turd off in the garbage and then takes a shower. I mean, like,
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't think I want to know.
well, what would you do, like hypothetically?
I don't
if
see
you
any.
had
I
somebody
don't get any
shit on your
sexual
chest?
fetish.
Do you like you take the shit and do something with it, or is it just like garbage at that point?
I
You're
don't get
done.
the sexual fetishes with that kind of excrement or piss or any of that shit. I don't get it.
No,
Don't
I'd
get
say
it.
like the closest thing I have to a sexual fetish is I find Japanese and Korean women really attractive. So I guess that makes me like a weebo.
I don't. To me, it's funny. I don't. I. It's funny, and I know a lot of people do. I really don't. I really don't. I think that they have small tits and that they're not.
No,
super...
I like them with big natural
Well,
tits.
all right, then that's better at least. But that's rare. That's a rarity. So
I
I guess
left that out. I like Korean, Japanese women with big natural tits.
Well, then that's good. I think you can't go wrong with that because that's like an anomaly.
Well, you can unless if you like ass. Like they have, for some reason, they don't have asses. They end at the small of their back, and then it just implodes into their legs.
I think of the Asian women, I think I like more are the ones that are more brown.
Well,
Like
that's
like a Thai woman.
Polynesian, I think.
Or like a Polynesian. Yeah, I like that a little bit more.
Well, good luck
God.
finding one.
This is some Black Santa Claus talk here. Jesus.
What?
We're getting borderline getting canceled here. Talking about hot browns.
No, the only way we get canceled is by
Jesus
showing some YouTube.
How about this?
Fucking clip from 20 years ago that nobody cares about for too long.
Now, this, by the way, sounds good, and I'm not a big. I know Mixblix here said dressing equals stuffing, so stuffing. But this is in Louisiana. They have a cornbread stuffing, which that sounds more interesting than regular.
I
stuff,
like
regular.
cornbread.
Yeah,
I
that
just
sounds
don't
good.
like it with the actual kernels in it.
Yeah, I mean cornbread stuffing sounds different. I mean, here's a boring one from Maine. Their side is a side salad from Maine. What the fuck? How's it? I don't know if I buy that. Come on, they'd probably have some kind of seafood from Maine, like chowder or some shit. Chowder.
What
They're
is
fucking
a
chowder
casserole?
heads up there? What was that?
What is a casserole?
A casserole is basically just a tray dish where it's a bunch of shit thrown into it, and then it's baked
But like,
in a tray.
what makes what like qualifies as a casserole? Because there's so many
Just
different.
Having a bunch of stuff thrown into it and then baked. It's something that comes from like the 1950s and the 40s where they just wanted to make quick, easy stuff. Look up I've seen it on History Channel where they talked about the casserole stuff. It's very 50s and 60s.
Yeah, it makes me think of like shepherd's pie, which is mashed potatoes.
That's a little different. That's a little
corn, and
different. Because you gotta like there's
that shit too.
No. I mean, I can make a good shepherd's pie. There's ground beef at the bottom, and then you put a layer of mashed potatoes on there. And you bake it. Basically that. There's peas in there, that kind of shit. Peas and carrots. It's good. It's very English.
Frozen shit.
It is like a casserole though, because it's all just like in a tray baked. So it's similar. Maryland's mac and cheese. That sounds boring. Stuffing for Massachusetts. Green bean casserole for Michigan.
Missouri's just fucking rolls.
Yeah, rolls. We're happy. We're just happy to have bread. We're happy to have bread and be alive. That's what theirs was.
What's going on in Missouri?
Mississippi baked sweet potatoes. They got that Mississippi sweet potatoes. Got that shit, of course. Mashed potatoes, Montana. Green bean casserole, Nebraska. Nevada's mashed potatoes. Because they're probably drunk as shit off of all their Vegas nights and all that crap. Cranberry sauce in New Hampshire. New Hampshire's a weird state. I feel like you never hear about New Hampshire. You know, like that's that. The only time I heard about it was with
about any of this shit at all.
I mean, you sometimes hear about
then
the
New
states.
Jersey
There's
and New York
connotations.
and Massachusetts.
Well, you don't hear about Missouri or Mississippi. I mean, I guess you're right. There's some states you just don't never hear about.
Actually, you know what? I've heard of Nevada because people.
You heard about
can buy
Nevada.
guns there easily.
I mean, you definitely hear about Nevada. You hear about Louisiana, Massachusetts.
You know
There's
what? A
some
lot of these places I hear
star
about
states.
because of some kind of weird school shooting or somebody
Right.
going to a bar.
Well, that's like every other week now here. We got those guns, man. We got that freedom. New Mexico, green bean casserole. New
Crescent
York is
rolls.
stuffing.
I fuck with that heavily.
Who's got crescent? Oh, South Dakota. Oh, we'll get there. Hold on. You're jumping ahead. North Carolina.
I saw crescent
mac
rolls and I blacked
cheese.
out.
North Dakota, mashed potatoes. I mean, a lot of basic stuff. Oregon has
Fuck, man.
biscuits.
I'm gonna have to drive now to a store and buy some crescent rolls.
Well, you can get it from the tube, and you make them in like a minute.
I might get a DUI from this.
Oregon biscuits. That's not bad either. That's not a bad one.
I don't know.
Like
Maybe
biscuits.
I can get like a shopper thing where they buy some crescent rolls and deliver it. But
yeah, get like a exactly. Get a Dominican that could go bring you that shit. Yeah. Pennsylvania.
I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna let that resonate.
I'm colorblind. I have a black Santa Claus right here next to
I'm
me.
colorblind too. I
don't mind if there's a black guy coming down my chimney at night. You know.
Oh wow, that's a callback.
It sounded very sexual.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Sure about
Rhode
that?
Island stuff. Yeah, sure. I don't know if I'm sure about that. Rhode Island stuffing. South Carolina mac and cheese. South Dakota crescent roll. There you go. Crescent roll. Pillsbury crescent roll. Isn't that trademark? That might not even be a real thing besides from Pillsbury.
What's going on in Utah that they don't even specify the type of roll? I mean, Jesus Christ.
You have rolls in Oklahoma.
Well, I guess
just
when you have
rolls
10 kids to look after, the last thing you're thinking about is fucking...
They're just happy to have bread. We're happy we have bread on the table.
Yeah, they're happy to like...
A lot of boring ones, though. I mean, again, though, I can't blame anyone on these mashed potatoes. I like it. Wyoming is a very weird one. Brown gravy. That's not even a side. That just comes with it. And like you're that's not a side dish. That's just the gravy. That doesn't work. Wyoming. They don't get it. I mean, I guess how many people are in Wyoming, so it's like they're just happy they have anything there. That's the case. But that's the list here. Not a lot of interesting ones. Tennessee, sweet potato, all the super southern. It sounds like this. All the super southern ones are going to give you a sweet potato thing. Most are going to give you either a green bean, stuffing, or mashed potatoes. Then there's some states that are just happy to have bread on the table. And then there's some states that are going to be wanting to do mac and cheese because they think they're all new. And that kind of shit. So that's basically what we've come to see. I don't know. I like mashed potatoes, but I don't think it's there's some that have just come to be expected with these things. But again, I'm not a big carb guy, so I'm mostly gonna be eating that turkey. That's the star of the show. But then there's a lot of people that do not like turkey, and they'll cook a ham for Thanksgiving, which I feel like is blasphemous. I understand a Christmas ham. I'll let you slide there. I mean, to me, Christmas and Thanksgiving are both a turkey territory. But hey, everyone's different. I know. I mean, Christmas, I get more of a ham or like a something else, but Thanksgiving, man, is turkey. Like it or hate it, you gotta have it. That's how I feel. It's your problem if you don't like it. I like that tryptophan. You gotta spike it up with some Adderall or cocaine. Then you're able to like counteract the tryptophan. You gotta put cocaine in the gravy. That's the secret no one tells you about. That's the secret no one tells about. That's that secret. That's that Weinstein secret. He knows all about that cocaine.
Before we begin, I just want to congratulate Harvey and his wife Georgina on the birth of their new baby boy.
Thank you.
Harvey gave us just what we needed, another him.
Finally, I'd like to thank Harvey Weinstein. The Punisher, that's his nickname. The Punisher, yes.
Harvey, if I keep thanking you in public, people will think we're having an affair. But nonetheless, if you're choosing sides in the playground before a scrap, I would like to have Harvey Weinstein and Graham King on my side.
Harvey Weinstein, Bob Weinstein, God bless them.
My friends at Miramax for making this film, especially Harvey. And,
Harvey, thank you for killing whoever you had to kill to get me up here today.
And to Harvey Weinstein, the tough guy on the playground with the biggest heart. Thank you for saying you'd do anything for your friends, and you always do. Thank you.
And then Harvey Weinstein.
And Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey and Bob Weinstein. Everyone.
Thank you, Harvey Weinstein.
I want to thank Harvey and Bob Weinstein.
My agent, Kevin Uvain, and God, Harvey Weinstein. The Punisher. Old Testament, I guess.
Especially the bomber Weinstein, my godfather.
Is it better than I do?
Sometimes I call him Jennifer. It's a pet name.
Okay.
I would like to thank Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein, who believed in us and made this movie.
Harvey, thank you to Harvey.
Harvey Weinstein for his commitment.
And to Harvey Weinstein and everyone at Miramax.
These Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein and Lawrence Bender and
Harvey and Bob Weinstein. You also break my heart with your uncensored passion.
But I have to thank Harvey Weinstein. And thank you, sir.
And of course, Harvey, who first took me on 20 years ago when I was a mere child sensation.
I want to thank the Mishpucha Weinstein. Mazel tov.
There's a guy I'd like to really thank here that people don't thank enough, but there's a kindly, wonderful, gentle man that we all deeply love. His name is Harvey Weinstein.
Ooh, good old Harvey. Uncle Harvey.
The weirdest one is that British guy.
Oh, by the way, I won a bet on basketball tonight. First bet on basketball this year. I bet on the Suns beating what's the team that they're playing? Some shitty team. Portland? Yeah, in the first quarter, beating them in the first quarter by 5 points. They crushed them. Beat them by 13 points in the first quarter. Won that bet. I like these little bets where you bet on a quarter or
bet because
apparently I think the Suns actually have won every single game in the first quarter. Like they've been ahead every single game so far. It's been a trend.
Well, I mean, the reason why that's a good bet is because they know they just need to like demolish them early, and then
Well, don't also like I mean
they can just get replaced by the bench unit and close
yeah,
the
that's what I was
rest
gonna
of the game.
say. Like, don't teams start their best people and then sort of bench them after
Look,
the
that's
first
the
quarter is
thing,
gonna be all the good people, right?
What they do is they
start
go
off
all
good
out
and then they let
for
it
the
like
first half of the game, and it's over by then. And then the rest of the game, they can just chill out and not play.
or if it gets close, they come back in later, right?
That rarely happens, honestly. Like
I mean, right now, Phoenix is losing, I think. So it's like they're gonna have to come back in. Well, right now it's close. It's 51-44.
Bradley Beal's hurt.
So Phoenix is up, but they're kind of getting close. Is LeBron playing tonight?
I think he's questionable. I don't know. I'm
Game
not
just
concerned
started.
because we don't have him anywhere.
Game just started. Is King James out?
I actually saw him play in high school against J.R. Smith.
Is he in tonight or no?
I don't know. I'm not.
I'm surprised you don't know. You don't have the pulse. What's going on?
I don't have him anywhere, so I don't care whether he plays or not.
Is Anthony Davis still around?
Yeah, I have a lot of Anthony Davis, so please just don't say anything negative.
Is he still got the unibrow?
I don't know. I look at the box scores. I don't know what these motherfuckers even look like.
Oh, it looks like LeBron is going to play versus the Jazz.
Okay, so that Cleveland Philly game that I told you to bet on Philly coming back in the second half.
Oh no, I only bet on that quarter. So I was like, I'm not fucking mucking with this.
Well, it's tied and going to overtime.
Okay.
So how does it work on a bet where you
that
bet
would
on
have been a push? Well, it depends. If you bet on just them to win, then you still have to wait till overtime's done. If you bet on them to win,
well, that was going to be my question. Is it
you can bet on them to win in regulation,
or does it carry?
Like that's a better bet. Like with hockey, you can bet on I think the Rangers will win in the 60-minute time frame. But if it's tied and goes to overtime, then you lose. But sometimes you'll win those.
Okay.
I mean, I've been winning lately on my thing I like to do, which is kind of like that quarter bet I did. I like to bet on the first period overs. Just that the gate, like the first period will go over 1.5. So you just need 2 goals scored. And there's a lot of teams that'll score 2 goals.
What are you looking for when you do that?
Oh, there's just certain teams that, I mean, it seems like the Lightning, every fucking game has a first period over. The Rangers are very they're not that kind of team. The Bruins,
or are you looking at last season?
I'm looking at just recent stuff. Like the Bruins are another team that Bruins are not scoring a lot.
You're kind of going off of trends that you hope continue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean Calgary, it seems like they start off heavy and then they're they always have these good first periods and then they kind of flatten out. The Kraken, they're an under team. There's a lot of teams that are there's a lot of teams that are under teams and a lot of teams that are over teams. I mean, the Devils, they're an over team.
If a team has a strong power play unit and they get a power play, then you're going to probably be.
Well, I would say so, but the Rangers have the second best. Oh, here's the thing, though. The Rangers have the second best power play in the league, but they are not an over team. I would say, count on them to have an under first period, but that's also because they have a good goaltender. So it's that counteracts it. So if the Rangers aren't scoring 2 goals in the first period, I would kind of count for them to be under. And the same thing with the Islanders. They're not a heavy scoring team. They have a good goalie. It's they're not giving up goals. They're not getting goals, Then I wouldn't go on the totals for them. There's certain teams, though, where they're good offense and bad goalie. Kind of like the Leafs. Good offense, bad goalie. Senators. Good offense, bad goalie.
Who Toronto's goalie is.
It's Samsonov, who's been shit, and then that Wool guy who's kind of young, but he's been good.
I've
he's
seen
been
him
okay.
get added. I don't.
They don't really have a good goalie.
I don't know anything about either one of them.
They kind of need a good goalie.
So
I would say Edmonton.
Cleveland Philly game that's in overtime. What would you do with an overtime game for hockey?
I mean, if this was overtime, I would probably bet on kind of what you're saying, that Phillies. I would bet on who's the better team, and it sounds like Philly's the better team. So to me, that would be the Philly bet right here in overtime. And I mean, it looks like they are. They're -141 to win the game, or -174 to win the game. So they're predicted right here to win, but actually just moved to -128. So but then you get plus money on Cavaliers. So hey, Cavaliers are in this. Why not bet them? Oh, Cavaliers just moved. All right, now it's all changing. It's all fluctuating right now.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at live betting on this game, on this Cavaliers game.
No, I mean, what site?
It's on FanDuel. Right now,
okay.
This is going back and forth because right now it's 112, and it's a -148 for Sixers, plus 116 for Cavaliers. I kind of tell you the truth, man. I kind of like Cavaliers here. Why not bet on them? They could win this game. It's plus money.
Because I messaged you earlier why at the half.
Well, I get why, but they still could. A good team will lose every so often, especially in these games that go 8. There's tons of NBA games.
It's not about the team being better. It's who's injured.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'd put money on Cavaliers, right here.
All right.
We will say who wins.
Well, Embiid is kind of a choke artist. He's really good. He won MVP last year, but for some reason, when shit's on the line, he kind of shits his pants a lot. So
right now they're losing.
How do you factor that into what you do? The pants shitting factor.
Well, that's another thing. There's a
Like,
lot of
don't you
players. There's a
find
lot
like
of
some
betters that like
players are really great at producing overall, but when it matters, they just kind
well,
of
there's a lot of betters that they don't even like. They don't like a lot of betters don't bet before the game. They'll bet live, and they'll be like, "All right, the fucking Lions are not playing good tonight. I'm gonna bet against them, even though they're predicted to win." You know, it's like going with the flow of the game. That's where it does.
Embiid just took a horrible shot. And
I mean, I'll notice it in hockey where it's like I'll see a game where, like, let's just say it's a game where the Rangers are losing, but they look like the better team, and you're like, they look like the fucking better team. You know,
I mean, the Rangers look fucking crazy.
No, but I'm just saying, like, any team. Like, let's just say, like, again, Senators, Vegas or something, and you're like, they're matching up versus each other really good.
The Rangers have this record, and Fox has been hurt for like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, that game yesterday kind of sucked. They got some really bad calls against them. That game would have probably been a Rangers win if there wasn't like 2 bad ref calls, because there were some goals that shouldn't have been allowed.
Does officiating really matter in that kind of stuff?
Well, there was a goal that should have probably not been a goal that got counted as a goal, and if that wasn't a goal, then the game would have been totally different. I mean, that happens. But like again, I'll watch a hockey game and I'll see like this losing team that's losing, they're the better team. Like you can tell like the ebb and flows of the game, like, oh, they're fucking better. Oh. What's up, Dancast? How's my favorite Gunkles doing? That's we found out what that meant, by the way. We know what that means. Gay uncles.
What makes you think we're gay, Dan?
We found out what that meant.
Are our voice inflections overly feminine?
Could be, man. Either way, what's up? Yeah, it took us long. Dan, you're the ones who called us boomer. We were talking about this earlier, which is funny that you come into play here. We're the far right boomer or something. It's very strange.
Are you Dancast?
Yeah, it's Dancast.
No, are you just like?
No, I'm not. I am not. I've actually.
I'm not either.
Myself. If
this might be one of the Ceninos, maybe.
Could be, man. It did
I
take
feel like
us
we're
long
getting
enough
trolled really fucking hard right now.
No, it did take us long to figure this out. What's up, Dancast?
No, it didn't take us long at all. It took a Google search for like 10 seconds.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it took us that whole episode though. I think we found out the next day what you were talking about. I thought you were talking about
maybe you
Grunkle.
did. I knew what was going on immediately. All I had to do was look it up.
Well, let's talk about the best 12 Thanksgiving movies. This is a weird thing. Is there actually Thanksgiving movies? Are there Thanksgiving movies? I was thinking about. I know one. I know one for sure.
Overshadows that shit so hard.
Yeah, it's not really like a holiday that anyone thinks about. I mean, the one that I remember the most is Plane, Trains, and Automobiles because I'm a boomer, so I know that one.
Yeah, I like that shit. John Candy is disgusting. Do you remember the sequence where he's like eating a chili dog and smoking a cigarette at the same time?
Yeah,
it's really grotesque and hard to do. Like that's a tough thing to film and get down.
Yeah, and they got that monologue in the middle.
Will never appreciate that because you can't smoke inside anymore. Now you have to just vape.
Yeah,
you'll never get
that monologue too.
Canadian guy trying to pull that off, unless it's some weird Eric Andre stunt.
Yeah, you want to hurt me? Go right ahead. I'm an easy target. I talk too much. I also listen too much.
What?
That's the monologue that John Candy has there. Well, I like me. My wife likes me. My kids like me. Because I'm the real article. You get what you see. You get what you get. You don't remember that monologue there?
No, I do. This is
All right, let's go to the back here. Actually, no, we'll start from the top here. What are these number ones? I don't know what this is. Oh, She's Gotta Have It. Spike Lee. I've never seen this one. This is an early one from him.
I've seen She's Gotta Have It.
That's a very early one from him.
He's like this really nerdy guy, and then this like kind of yuppie black guy with a Jericho mullet, and then this in-between guy who's I don't even know.
That was back when he was in his own movies too, huh?
But it's like these three guys are trying to fuck her the whole time, and it shows just how
All right, this is a little bit my speed here.
Black guy works.
A little bit my speed.
This is Woody Allen, isn't it?
Yeah, Woody Allen. That's more, and Diane Wiest. Yeah, this is talking to me here. Come on, I got my Israel flag out right now. Yeah. The House of Yes with Parker Posey. I'm all for anything with Parker Posey. I like Parker Posey, but I don't think I've ever seen this movie.
Yeah, I like Parker Posey, but I don't know.
I like Parker Posey.
Did you ever see that?
Again, that kind of dates us because I think she's now like completely done. You know,
did you ever see that Josie and the Pussycats movie with Rosario Dawson?
Yeah.
It's not bad. Like it's a bad movie, but it's not bad. Like it's entertaining for what it is, and it kind of reminds me of like some manga shit.
I've been working here at the DQ for about
Oh, this is some yeah, she's fucking cute. Wait, isn't she in Dazed and Confused?
Oh yeah, definitely back then.
Make Sundays, make blizzards, and put stuff on them. And
this is waiting for Guffman, isn't it?
A lot of people.
Yeah, it's waiting for Guffman.
Burgers.
Probably the first time I saw her was from this.
You know, we probably should have some Christopher Guest waiting for Guffman stuff.
Yeah, definitely the dancing scene, like the scene where he's dancing.
Yeah, at least.
Shut up! Just shut up! Jesus Christ!
That could come into play for sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure I could find it on YouTube. I gotta get the clip though. Yeah, I found it already. That's the thing. I can find these things pretty quick. I just have to get some. I gotta vamp for a little bit, then kind of get the clip going.
Casting a show is really only the beginning of the process. There's also the whole design concept.
Love the outfit,
the lighting, and it really becomes.
Yeah, you know what's fucked up is like I remember people like middle school, high school.
Ooh, there's a lot of people like this
wearing a fucking vest over some shit. Not this extreme and crazy. Like it was. Oh god.
Yeah, there's I mean, but you're right though. I remember teachers that kind of looked like that. Like that was a thing, believe me. People looked like that back then.
Even worse than that, I remember like Mr. Bland had a fupa, which is like a female upper pussy area for a man.
I've realized this this is more of our adulthood, but I've realized that I really do think that like that movie Scott Pilgrim is very accurate to our like post high school college era. It's very accurate. It's like almost like Days Confused feels very accurate to that 70s era. Scott Pilgrim feels very accurate to that like 2007 era. And almost is one of the few.
Is Wally Wiggins?
Yeah, it's one of those few movies that I feel like actually has a pulse on the era. When I watch it, it's like, yeah, this does make me feel that times. Like I get it. But maybe also because we liked a lot of indie rock and going to shows in Philly or whatever, and kind of that hipstery kind of shit. And there's a vibe there that it's no longer around, but it was there, and I think they kind of captivated it a little bit. Yeah, he has a substitute teacher vibe.
Early 2000s.
Well, no, more like it's weird. It's more like I'd say like 2000. It's like 2007. It's a very specific era. You know, like 2007, like
So then
mid
the
2000
transition
era.
from early 2000s to mid to late.
Yeah, because there was this like indie rock time period where I'd kind of put it around like 2003 to like 2009. That little period had this interesting indie rock era, and kind of post that it was all just sort of a downhill or different or not the same.
I don't know. I mean, there was the whole like the group shit with.
Well, that was before that though. I would say that was like
the White
like
Stripes,
the Stroke.
the Hives.
Yeah, that was before that. To me, that was like
it's like there were so many things that you can lump in.
That was the proto era of that was like the proto indie bands. All those they were proto indie. That's like what led into
But it
it.
also feels like the last real group of
Speaking of that time, 2003, Pieces of April. I remember this name of this movie. I've never seen this. Ever seen this?
I feel like
remember the
Katie
name.
Holmes got canceled after the
by the Scientology thing, I think,
shit,
right?
and she got wiped away from most of our existence.
Yeah. Krisha? What the fuck are these movies? I've never heard of this.
I don't know, but it looks awful.
Some A24 trash. Remember, A24 is Warner Brothers. Believe me, that ain't indie. It's Warner Brothers. Day Trippers, 1996. You got again, Parker Posey comes into play. Liv Shriver before he was Ray Donovan.
Sabretooth?
Yeah, or Sabretooth too. Yeah, we're that too.
Oh, what did you say?
I said Ray Donovan, but you said
Oh
Sabretooth.
yeah, I know more as Sabretooth.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people know him as Ray Donovan, but okay, Sabretooth,
No,
sure.
I'm gonna go with Sabretooth.
Yeah, I remember this movie, The Day Trippers. It's this was a Comedy Central movie for sure. It wasn't funny. One of those not funny Comedy Central movies they put on.
I don't remember it at all.
Addams Family Values. Yes, this is true. This does have a Thanksgiving
this
scene.
Fucking movies. It's not good, but it's somehow like
memorable. And it does have a Thanksgiving scene. Like I get what they're saying.
Oh,
by the way, this was
fuck.
R.I.P. Raul Julia, man. He was or Raul Julia. He was. I think he had cancer at this moment.
Now
When he was
I
even
think about
doing
this movie, it's like really fucked up. They have that whole sequence with the people.
Yeah, it's not a bad kids movie, man.
Summer camp.
Yeah, it's not. It's like really not a bad kids. It's like a kids movie.
And then
so,
also they do that like play where they cut their arms off and they're spraying blood all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie's great.
No, this movie's not bad. No,
shit,
by the way, that one you're thinking of is
shit.
that the blood spraying is in the
and
first
Uncle
Addams
Fester
Family.
is played by the guy from Back to the Future.
Yes, Christopher Lloyd.
Lloyd, yeah,
the blood
he's fucking
spraying
great.
one, the blood spraying one is in the first movie from 1991.
Yeah,
but I love
this
that.
movie's fucking awesome, actually.
Yes, both movies, both Addams Family movies are not bad. I definitely agree.
What's
And
the other
Joan
one?
Cusack is like the creepy serial killer girlfriend.
Shit.
Yeah, this movie's not
she's-
bad.
She's in like a fake marriage with Uncle Fester, trying to get their portion.
Shit, Dan Cass, you're born in 96. We were I think we were in our 40s at that point. I don't know. No, I think we were only like, what was I, 96? I was 9. Way too much older than you. Morticia was hot. Angelica Houston, I don't know about that. I think
don't like
Morticia,
Angelica Houston. I've never found her attractive.
I think Morticia is hot in the new Addams thing because it's what's her name? There's a new Wednesday Addams, and what's her name?
I think the character is
Michael
supposed to be-
Douglas.
I do not.
Who's the
like
Michael
Angelica
Douglas wife?
Houston.
The Michael Douglas wife that he got HPV from. What's her name?
And Angelica Houston's all in the fucking.
Yeah, what's her
his
name though? The Michael
Wes
Douglas
Anderson
wife.
stuff, and I don't like
Catherine,
her stuff.
Catherine Zeta Jones is the Morticia now, and yeah, she's pretty good. I have to say, pretty good.
Jones? Yeah,
Even now, ain't bad. But Jenna Ortega,
Speaking
man,
of earlier stuff,
pretty
Catherine
good.
O'Hara's pretty hot. I always liked her from.
Yeah, I've always liked her too. I've always thought she was attractive. Soul Food.
Was she
We'll skip
Best in
over that.
Show?
I have a Black Santa Claus right here, so we're gonna skip over that. So it's all good.
We've already talked
I
about
like
that
this.
for.
Yeah, I'll talk about that for next month. Fantastic Mr. Fox. I don't remember this having anything to do with Thanksgiving at all.
I don't know.
Do you?
It feels like.
I like the movie. Believe me, I like the movie. This is one of my
feels like
favorite.
The movie takes place in the same time period, even though it's not connected to the holiday. You know, like it looks autumnal or some shit. I don't even know what you would call it. It looks like it's taking place in
that
like.
Word. That's a good word for our podcast. Autumnal. Yeah, I like that. It's a Jeopardy thing, huh? Autumnal.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I know. I'm just making. I've heard it before, but yeah, this is the best of the stop motion things Wes Anderson's done. And then I was excited for that other movie he did, and then I saw it, and I was like, this movie kind of sucks. That Dogs movie, The Isle of Dogs.
Not
as good as this
trailers,
one.
But
this one really came together. Like, and it's still, it's not the greatest thing, but it did come together.
I mean, people like George Clooney a lot.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a big fan of his. I kind of dislike
his shit. Just sells well. That fucking Perfect Storm shit, the Ocean's 11 shit.
I don't think he's in the.
People like him. Even that. Don't you remember that movie with him and Jennifer Lopez?
Hold on. He's in The Perfect Storm?
Yeah, he's the main character.
I thought that was fucking
captain of the boat.
I thought that's Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. No, you're thinking of Master and Commander.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Master Commander. Okay.
I don't know why.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, I know why. Because you saw that fucking Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, maybe the Napoleon thing. Yeah, the Napoleon things are confusing me.
When I said Leopold, I've seen that trailer like 20 times and I can't even get the fucking name right.
Miracle on 34th Street is a Christmas movie. This is not.
Yeah, that's Christmas.
And I've seen this because I'm old. Have you seen this? You've probably seen this too because you're old.
No.
You've never seen this one?
I mean, I thought Jimmy Stewart was in it.
No, that's A Wonderful Life.
I've seen that.
Never seen this one, huh? It's funny. I guess. I don't know. I'm a little more boomer than. I mean, I guess so. I'm a little more boomer than you. I knew about that Babyface music video with what's his name? Like a John Clapton or something. Eric Clapton.
I know.
Tears in Heaven. Yeah, but did you know about that video that he had with him?
Yeah. If I could change the world when his son fell out the window.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's the song.
But that's from a movie soundtrack, isn't it?
I think so. The Ice Storm.
Well, that got dark real quick. I've seen this movie.
I've seen this too, with Tobey Maguire.
I was gonna say Christina Ricci.
Hey, she comes into play here twice. By the way, she's looking great in Sleepy Hollow. That's when she took her anorexic, Hollywood shit seriously. She started doing coke, a little too much coke, maybe a little bit of speedball, and hey, she got good looking then. You got the blonde hair. That's when it all happened for her.
Buffalo 66. That
was after that. That was right after that. That was like she was still shooting up, maybe snorting some coke.
Well, her best role is in Prozac Nation.
She had some good California coke.
You seen Prozac Nation?
Yeah, I've seen that. Number 12, which I assume is the best on the list.
What happened to Christina Ricci? She just retired?
She was in Wednesday. No, she was in Wednesday. She had a role in Wednesday.
She's not dead.
No, she's not. Done. She had a role. She's still looking pretty good too.
Yeah, I just saw this Lindsay Lohan commercial recently. It's pretty sad.
I saw that too. I was like, shit, it's weird. It's weird to see her. It's become very weird
I know.
To see her.
But that's what felt weird about it. It's not even how she looked. It's like just her being.
Yeah, I agree. And when I saw it, I was like, is this old? I was like, is this a.
I mean, I used to like her a lot. Like, she was really fucking.
I saw the commercial and I kept thinking, like, am I seeing this right? Is this an old commercial that they replayed by accident? That's like, I remember thinking, like, when I watched that new commercial, like, what is happening here? Even seeing her is weird. Planes, Trains,
what's that Herbie Unloaded?
Yeah,
that fucking bug.
To me, this is. You know what? Is this John Hughes' best film?
I would say Home Alone.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm.
To me, with okay, so like To
I don't
me, when
know.
I remember movies, there's two different things. There's like how good it is and how memorable it is. If you
Did
want
he
to say
do?
good, then yeah. But if you want to like,
But hold
if I
on, hold on,
think
hold on. Listen, he didn't do Home Alone. He wrote Home Alone. That's done by the guy who did the Harry Potter movie. I think it's Christopher Columbus that did the Home Alone movie.
well, you're getting so
I'm almost
technical. I'm
positive.
just talking like loose affiliations. I mean, I don't want to have to look up this guy's fucking colonoscopy.
But that again, that Home Alone director is Christopher Columbus, and I think he is very good at working with kid actors.
Yeah,
which
didn't
is
he
why
do Harry
those.
Potter shit?
Also, I'm saying I think that's why those
He's a
the first
pedo,
two
by
Harry
the way. He's
Potter's
like,
movies.
you know,
really
he's got
worked.
a A1 flight to Pedo Island.
I don't know.
Whenever
I mean, I don't know about
the
that, but I do say he's one of those guys that he does seem to work well with kids.
Yeah, I
Who knows
bet.
what that means? Who knows what
How
that
many
means
different
exactly? But yeah.
positions you don't even know.
But yeah, Home Alone was kind of at the time where
he's probably baking an extra large pepperoni pizza right now.
She thought she died. Christina Ricci. No, she's still alive. She's kicking.
No, she's alive, but she's definitely a lot. I'd say she's even pastier now than she used to be.
Loves kids. Christopher Columbus. Yeah. By the way, I mean, I truly have to say, I think he's a.
Christopher
I think
Columbus.
he is I think he is a good director.
Oh, you know what?
I'm always actually
like all our Thanksgiving stuff.
What is that?
Christopher Columbus.
Oh yeah, there you go. Well, that's a little different, but I mean,
Do you
Pilgrim's
remember, like,
Discovering is a little different.
In like elementary school,
little
part
different.
of the classroom would dress up as pilgrims, and part of the classroom would dress up as Indians.
Yeah, I'm sure that doesn't happen anymore.
Out of
oh, I'm sure that doesn't happen. Yeah, I totally
what
remember
was
that.
The colored paper.
Yeah, like exactly. You'd have exactly half the class would be Indians, half the class would be. Oh no, he's saying Lindsay Lohan. You met Christina Ricci last year at Yellow Jackets show. Yeah, I started watching that Yellow Jackets thing. It was okay.
Paper mache. Oh no, not paper mache.
No, it was just paper.
What the fuck? No. I thought there was a name for it. Like the color. Don't you remember like those full color pieces of paper we used to like cut up with scissors and make shit out of?
Oh, construction paper.
Yes, that's it. God damn.
You're talking about construction paper. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, like I remember making like a fake pilgrim hat out of black construction paper with a yellow piece of construction paper and silver to make the belt buckle that would like go over the front.
Yeah, I remember that totally. And then also I remember doing the Indian stuff with the feathers. So racist, right?
No, I didn't do that. I hated the people that did make that. We were enemies.
Oh, you were on the other side.
In class.
You were the rival. You were in the.
If you showed up in that shit, I'd fuck you up.
Yeah, you were a Quaker. You're like the Quaker.
Yeah, I was a
guy.
violent Quaker. Was like the complete opposite. Quakers are supposed to be like, they're almost like.
Well, speaking of a Quaker, doesn't John Hughes come off like a Quaker?
Who are constantly doing, charitable causes and stuff like that, but they're secretly genocidal murderers who stole the country.
It's true. John Hughes comes off like a Quaker.
What's weird about that? It reminds me of remember that promo you're talking about where you get that blanket? That blanket is like the fucking what we traded that blanket for like a half the United States, that was like fucking Maine or something.
She's having a baby, number 12 here. I've never seen this movie and I don't know anything about it.
Kevin Bacon and who?
Elizabeth McGovern and Alec Baldwin.
Oh, I
remember this movie.
Elizabeth McGovern. She's from Once Upon a Time in America.
Now this one, I like that movie. She's in that.
Yeah. She's
I'm thinking of. Cute. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Once Upon a Time in the West.
No.
Sergio Leone movie.
Yeah,
a better movie.
Yeah, Elizabeth McGovern's really hot.
Yeah. Dan Cass, if you're born in 1996, I don't know if you'll know any of these movies.
Dan,
you might.
If you have
some of these have transcended
IMDb
culture.
Yeah, I mean, if you have an internet connection IMDb account, you'll figure it out.
I mean, you should know this one. Weird Science is a really good one. This actually should be higher in the list.
I honestly preferred the TV show.
Better movies.
With the girl from Kingpin.
You got fucking what's his name? You have Iron Man in this. Iron Man is in it.
Yeah, he's one of the villains.
Anthony Michael Hall does a black person
This
impression,
movie's
which is incredibly
this movie's
racist.
sketchy. Yeah, Anthony Michael Hall does this like, yo man, I'm really drunk
man,
and
I'm
I'm
like a
white
bad
man
guy.
and I'm hanging out with black people, man. What's up, man? He does this
He goes
like really
full blackface, but
awful
as a
like
white person.
crooning R&B black guy soul
Oh yeah.
blues singer routine. It's awful.
Mr. Mom, I did not know that was a John Hughes movies, but I'm not surprised when I think about it. It makes sense. It does feel like his stuff. Didn't like this movie. Didn't like Mr. Mom.
No, it's kind of sad and depressing.
But also, by the way, Weird Science, man, that girl is so fucking hot, and she was like 40. Kelly LeBrock. How old was she in 1985? Search Kelly LeBrock 1985. You'll find out that she's 63 now. So how old was she in?
I feel like I'm looking at some photo from the Titanic.
Oh wait, all right. She was 25. Still, that's like 85.
So she's 25 in the movie, having sex with like 15-year-old boys.
Right. Yeah.
Because don't you remember they like shower together?
Again, this was a fantasy. Again, this would never happen.
No, that movie's awesome. There's this like weird sequence where these motorcycle people come from the like some.
Yeah, there was like a Mad Max scene. It was a Mad Max reference because actually one of the guys is from Mad Max.
Yeah,
one of the guys is from the Mad Max series too. The Mohawk guy.
And the other guy is from The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh yeah, that creepy bald guy. Yep.
Yeah.
Who I feel bad for that guy. I heard he's a very nice guy. Pretty in Pink. This
Molly
is a good
Ringwald.
movie. Again, I feel like these movies are good.
Actually,
these movies are good. Like that. This is a good movie.
James Spader,
it's a really good movie.
The antithesis of the '80s rich yuppie douchebag asshole.
Yeah. Also, if you want to just search Harry Dean Stanton, you could probably watch all the movies he's in, and you'll enjoy them. I'm going to say that. Just search Harry Dean Stanton and
Paris, Texas. That movie's not that fun.
Yeah, but he's mostly good. John Cryer's good in this.
No, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm saying it's like not a fun watch.
Also, like this is like this was the original Lindsay Lohan, Molly Ringwald, right here.
Yeah, she was not built like that, but she was definitely pretty big.
But the same kind of thing, right? Even though she wasn't.
Molly Ringwald actually has a nude scene.
Yeah. Here again, I like this movie a lot. Really good. This is a very early Macaulay Culkin role in Uncle Buck.
I don't know. This always felt like one of those.
I love Uncle Buck.
It felt like one of those movies that gets played on Comedy Central constantly.
I love this movie, and I like the main girl in it too.
Who's that?
I think it's this one, Jean Louisa Kelly. She's kind of gothic looking.
She felt like
I always liked her. Also, again, this is like really where you first saw.
Doesn't she?
Macaulay
What's
Culkin.
weird? Like her name sounds like Julie Lewis, and she looks just like Julie Lewis.
A little bit. This is proto Macaulay Culkin, kind of like before he was what he was, but still good.
No, proto Macaulay Culkin is gonna.
Like you knew he would be like he was, a little too young to like do anything, but you knew like this kid will be good in like a year or two. At least John Hughes knew that.
So you're saying he stole the show?
Oh, he did. I mean, he was really good. I think John Candy. This is a John Candy movie that's still.
Oh, that's the motherfucker Leonardo DiCaprio was fucking.
Yeah. National Lampoon's Christmas. This is a great movie. I think this is still probably like up there for probably the best Christmas movie. What's better? I don't think there is a better Christmas movie than this. This is the best one.
I kind of liked Bad Santa and Scrooge more, and the Harold and Kumar 3D one.
I think I would put this at my top. I don't know.
You don't actually want to watch this shit again. That's
I would. Honestly, I probably watched
the 3 movies I said.
I watched this once a year.
Want to watch that shit over them?
Oh no, I would. I've watched this once a year. I don't think I've seen those movies you listed for a while. I'll watch this like once a year. It's got fucking Randy
You know what?
Quaid. It has a squirrel.
That Krampus movie is
Beverly
a good Christmas movie.
Beverly D'Angelo doesn't look like freakishly big-titted yet. She just looks regularly hot. You know, now she just looks like a freak.
Well, you know what's always
with
weird to
fake
me
tits.
about the Griswolds
Sounds good.
is there's like 3 to 4
God
different
damn.
versions of the family.
Yeah, this is a dad movie for sure, Dan Cash. You're right on that.
There's the
It's a
Mr.
dad
Papa
movie.
There's the Mr. Papa Giorgio guy who's the
Yeah, that
Vegas
one's not good.
family.
Vegas Vacation,
Then
fuck
there's
that.
the Michael C. Hall version who's the fucking Wally World shit.
And then Johnny Galecki, who is this one.
Yeah.
And then there's another one from
creepy how,
European
like,
Vacation. The weird blonde kid from European Vacation, who's the other Rusty. You're talking about the Rusties.
Right,
Rusties
yeah.
of,
No, I'm not talking about Russ. You're making it about Russ. I'm talking about the whole family in general.
No, Rusty, yeah. But you're talking about Rusty mostly. Juliet Lewis was the daughter in this.
Yeah, it's
she's
weird.
the best daughter.
Well, hold on. Scroll up a little bit. Jean Louisa Kelly and
Like
Juliet
Maybe
Lewis
just went by name.
look really similar.
They do. There's
and
a
they
similar
sound
thing.
very similar. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, it's probably like he knew a look. All right, 16 Candles. This is a good one too. Is this got the one with the long duck Dawn? Is that the long duck
Yeah,
Dawn?
it does. Yep.
It's got the guy from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like,
And there's also
which is insane.
this is weird undercurrent of rape where Anthony Michael Hall has the really hot girl who's drunk and passed out, and the popular guy's dad's car.
Well, that was the thing. It's like she's always trying to get fucked by the popular guy, but really, it's the nerdy guy who should be fucking her, which is the ultimate loser movie. Who would like this is why loser guys would like this movie, because you got that going on. That's the typical John Hughes thing. John Hughes. This is the Anthony Michael Hall is the John Hughes character that's trying to fuck all these hot girls.
Ferris Bueller, I thought was him.
Yeah, it is. We'll get to that one. I'm sure that's on the number one for the list. I'm gonna assume. Number 5, Home Alone.
Didn't he do Gremlins?
No. Gremlins was Joe Dante. Joe Dante did Gremlins, and it was produced by Spielberg.
Oh.
But but you know what though? They're all in that vein. They're in this vein of the 80s. Like I get why you say it.
Joe Dante done.
Joe Dante's fucking good, man. I like Joe Dante. He did Small Soldiers. Like I actually like his shit. He's kind of is like a John Hughes, kind of like a Spielberg. He did The Burbs. He did Howling. He did both the Gremlins movies. Yeah, that's basically what I think.
I
of
like
with
the
him.
Howling. That's the one with
I like the
guy
Burbs too.
in
Like,
the
I mean, I like his
wheelchair.
shit. He's a New Jersey guy too. He's from Morristown. You know, I like Joe Dante for sure. Actually, one of the better ones. Oh yeah,
Better
Home
one.
Alone. One of the better directors from that era.
Oh, I thought you meant like better
Well, it's
people
because-
from New Jersey.
But it is weird. Just there was this fun vibe to movies back then. That's where I think Home Alone and John Hughes and like all these movies sort of fit into the same mold because it was just fun. Like I mean, that's gone. That's gone. Like totally gone. Number 4, Vacation. What do you think? I don't know. I think I like Christmas Vacation better than this one, but I do like this movie. Like the Wally World movie to me was always like in my head as a kid.
I think the original will always get more revered or remembered than
Yeah, it's the
whatever
original. Yeah. Also written. I mean, I read the. I remember reading the original screenplay. This was written as a 1950s movie. It was called Vacation 1956. That's what the screenplay was called when he wrote this. He's a really good writer, John Hughes. Like, you can read his scripts and you're like, all right, he's fucking good. It actually all his scripts actually feel better than the movie themselves. That's why I get
His
why
soundtracks are also really good too.
Yeah. I get why he came out. You're talking about there's some memorable songs that have come from all these things.
Yeah, like Psychedelic Furs or
Yeah.
a lot of Bowie ripoffs.
Chrissy Brinkley in there as the hot chick there for sure. The convertible girl. Number 3, Ferris Bueller. taking
Wait, who's
place
the
in
new
Chicago.
version of that in the
Chicago.
reboot?
In which
The vacation
reboot? Oh, they did do it though. You're right. I mean, I forgot about that.
I know
movie.
Ed Helms plays the
my
lead,
God.
and Christine Applegate's his wife, but I can't remember who
Yeah,
the.
I forgot that. Yeah, who's the hot girl in that? That's just like they did
Kate
it
Upton,
too. I remember.
maybe?
Oh, I think it could be Kate Upton. That would make sense. I'm gonna find out now. It's probably black chick, right? That's what you do these days. Put a black chick in it, which I'm not. I'm fine with. You know, put a hot black chick in. I'm all good with that. But who was it? Maybe that's too offensive to do these days. You can't have the hot girl in the black, in the convertible anymore. Can't do it. Can't do it these days. Yeah, this is definitely some dad rock movies here. Yeah, Vacation. All right, yeah, let's go to this. Ferris Bueller. I fucking hate this movie. I'm gonna flat out say it. I hate this movie.
Yeah, he's a sociopath.
I hate him in this movie. I hate the other guy. The girlfriend I like, and the sister I like. The sister I always feel bad for.
No, this
like,
is just
Jennifer Grey. I always feel so bad for her.
The only part I like her in is when she's trying to fuck Charlie Sheen, who's all coked up in jail.
Oh yeah.
You talking about the Dirty Dancing bitch?
Yeah, I mean, I know she's again not super attractive, but I always
Mia Sarah, wasn't she in that fucking Legend movie with Tom Cruise? With the unicorns that get murdered, and the guy from It plays Satan. The movie's fucking weird.
Yeah, it is a weird movie.
That shit fucked me up. Like, there's a sequence where they're going through a swamp and this disgusting witch thing fights them.
Oh yeah, it's definitely true.
I don't know. Yeah, that movie gave me like really weird vibes. It gave me like
you weird vibes. Cause I got a clip for
it
that.
gave me like children getting fucked in Hollywood vibes. Like I could feel it through the picture.
Weird. Weird.
Oh no! Come on.
Everybody loves Rachel Zegler. Come on, that's everyone's favorite.
Ugh.
I have to say though, if she was around right now, I wouldn't mind Rachel Zegler. I'd probably be like, "Oh, I love you in West Side Story, Rachel."
I didn't know she was even in that shit until you told me.
No one did. Everyone forgot about that. Very corny. Ferris Bueller. Yeah,
Didn't Steven Spielberg did that fucking movie?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Spielberg is he does some crap these
Dan,
days.
are you looking forward to the
end of
White
Spielberg
reboot?
I don't think anyone's looking forward to Snow White.
It's made for you.
I don't think he's like a 7-year-old girl.
You're the audience.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, number 2 here. Yeah, this is probably up there for his best thing. By the way, Process of Elimination right now. What's his number 1 movie in this list? Do you know? I think it hasn't been listed, so you'll probably know.
We already did Home Alone.
We already did Home Alone. This one's a big one. This is the one that. This is some Jeopardy. This is the final Jeopardy. What is John Hughes' top movie that's ever been made?
Breakfast Club?
You nailed it. Breakfast Club. Number 1. Good old Emilio Estevez and Judd Nelson.
Emilio! Yeah, that's...
It's also the weird goth girl, too. She's in there. Ali Sheedy.
Yeah, don't you remember...
what a weird
like
movie.
Eating a sandwich, and she uses her dandruff to like garnish the sandwich. It's really fucking disgusting.
Yeah, it's a fucking dude. It's again. Also, I'm gonna say, kind of like. I mean, I don't mind this movie that much. It's funny. I like a lot of his other stuff. Like I like Pretty in Pink, and the other one's better. But Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller don't do it for me.
Because you can't relate to being a high schooler in the 80s.
I guess so. I think they are. I think they are really a little bit too much of the times where it didn't really go past that enough.
Dan, are you gonna check out that new Aquaman movie?
Well, he said nobody's seeing that. What he's talking about Snow White. The movies are made to fail, so they cash out later on the loss. I mean, they're made to
Like
be.
Aquaman.
Well, they're made to be straight to streaming, which is the kind of the case for the Little Mermaid movie. Like it was a big bust in the theaters, but it's done really well on streaming. That's
Dan,
kind of
what movies are you looking forward to seeing that aren't like horrible shit? You know, like actually like decent things that might not go to theaters at all.
Dan Cast, by the way, if you
Do you have
like good
anything, Dan?
movies,
Or are you just gonna be some black void of negativity?
if you like good movies, go see The Holdovers because it's really good. But I think it comes out on streaming pretty soon, probably next week with the way things go. But The Holdovers was really good. I really like that. I've been thinking about
was
it.
good too. The first season, I didn't see the second.
But The Holdovers is better.
Well, I don't know. I don't know why you have to take it there. Whether you're
Better
comparing
movie
a
though.
TV show that came out like fucking 10 years ago to a movie that came out
2 weeks ago. Maybe it's fresh in my mind, but it is good.
I don't know. I like The Leftovers a lot.
But you like Alexander Payne though too, right? You like Sideways a lot too, right?
Yeah, I like About Schmidt. I like.
I think this is. I think honestly, this might be
like
his
The
best
Residence.
movie. Like this could be his best movie out of all the things I've seen for Alexander Payne. I think this is his best movie.
Well, I agree that Nebraska is definitely overrated. As much as I want to see,
it is.
Will Forte in a like.
I think
anything.
The Holdovers is kind of like underrated. It's weird. It's like I mean I don't know how it'll turn out with the awards, but
it's hard to say something's overrated when it's been out for a week.
Well, it's actually been out longer. It's
it's like you know that reminds me of
New York for quite a bit.
What was that like list that we were going over, like the top 50 movies or whatever? And one of the things on the list was something that came out like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. It
was like had it in the top 50.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta relax, man. Like you don't even know how people are gonna receive this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
It's like already top 50 all time, and it's been out for fucking a month.
I mean, the one thing I'll say is the writer's strike and the actor's strike has really made things weird because I would say there is a movie I'm looking forward to seeing that was supposed to come out in November. And it's a little movie called Dune 2.
Is that really the name? I thought it would just be like Dune.
No, it's called The Second Dune. It's called The Second Dune. That's the title.
Be like the Harry Potter shit where it's like Dune and the Prisoner of Azkaban or something.
Gal Gadot. Yeah, Gal Gadot or whatever.
No, fuck that bitch. I don't want to see her in anything anymore.
No, I'm talking about that Owl movie. What's that Owl movie?
Owl movie?
Yeah, it's the Guardians of Gahul. The Legends of the Guardian. That's what it's doing. The Legends of the Gahul. Something like that. I don't know.
Guardians of the Hidden Temple.
There you go. Legends of the Hidden Temple, right?
Oh, what I say? Guardians? Yeah.
Legends of the.
You know, I said Guardians because that fucking.
Sounds like an Indiana Jones movie.
And I wish they left it. I liked it when the Redskins were just the Washington football team. Like I love that name. Actually.
Yeah, I think I like that better.
They should have kept
that better
too.
too.
It would have been like really unique and strange compared to the rest.
Because at least it's just the city. It's the city's football team. I'm fine with that too. I think that's better than.
Don't you think they probably would have got more like investors in the stock and shit? You know?
Yeah, because then it's just like it's Washington. That's fine. That's fine. To me, that's fine.
But
they didn't need to put like a.
To me, is like
mascot.
The Redskins had to go, but we still have the Braves. They're fine. Or the. Oh no!
I mean, honestly, I've made a point though. Whenever I talk about them,
Guardians. Yeah,
I mean, this might be offensive, but whenever I talk about
changed to Commanders and the Indians got changed to Guardians. But
whenever I talk about them, though, I say the Redskins. What about you? I always say the Redskins. I don't shy away from that. I always call them the Redskins. I make a point. They are still the Redskins to me.
I'll die before I fucking commit to that bullshit.
Dan Cass says I'm down to see Maxine. I'm enjoying that series. I don't know that series. I'm intrigued.
Because you're too old.
Could be, man. I could be too old. I've seen Babyface music videos.
Hold on. Once we change our diapers, we'll find out what this is.
Maxine, with Natalie Britton. She's in I think she's in Fear the Walking Dead. Is that what she's from? Is that where I've seen her? That's not a good sign. No, maybe. Okay, no. I'm wrong. I've never seen this bitch. This female actress. I don't know.
Can you share what you're
bitches
looking at?
synonymous.
Because I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, be strong. Yeah, I'll share what I'm talking about. Maxine TV series, 2022. This is new. It's on Channel 5, which is a British. That's a British series, right? British channel.
Are you British, Dan?
No, he's from New Jersey. He's got a New
Got a
Jersey.
strong chin.
She does. Examine the investigations of Maxine Carr, the president. All right, this I've not heard of at all. I'm intrigued.
She looks like a bird.
Looks a little bit like a bird. I can see that.
Danny, you into bird women? Because you should check out Dee Reynolds.
Yeah, I don't talk about that team period yet.
Team
yeah,
period.
I mean, there's no real need to talk about the Redskins at all. That is the truth. But they will forever be the Redskins to me. So
well, the only thing we need to bring up is that Dan Snyder is gone.
Yeah, he's gone, and now Magic Johnson's in. Right, that's the way to do it.
Really?
Get rid of. Oh yeah, you didn't know that? Magic Johnson's like the part owner of the Redskins now, or the Commanders. That's the way to do it. You get rid of the problem and you replace it with a black guy that everyone likes.
HIV medicine touch.
All right, not the right movie at all, he says. Okay, let me try to find it then.
I thought it was a TV show.
Oh, okay. All right. I found out what you're talking about. All right, and I am interested 100% because this is a Ty West movie with a Mia Goth involved, and I'm definitely into this. Okay, so this is a sequel to Pearl and X. I really liked X. I haven't seen Pearl. Should I see Pearl?
Wait, this motherfucker's got a trilogy?
This is now a trilogy. Yes, this is going to be a sequel to X. That's kind of cool because it makes sense. Because she kind of like goes off.
Stuff
I like
that hasn't even come out yet, Dan. Like,
hold on, we gotta play the trailer for this, man. This is
the fuck, man. Michelle Monaghan, that's that motherfucker from that shitty doctor show.
I like Ty West a lot, though. He's one of the few people doing original stuff these days. I do like that. It's like a teaser trailer.
Nothing fucking happens.
Yeah, I think this is like an announcement because I mean it makes sense. They're just trying to let you know that because that last movie was in like the late 70s, this is going to be a 80s movie, which I'm cool with.
Clearly they got that My Obsession song.
Yep. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Mix Flicks? Yeah.
Mike Suplikes. I've heard that song in.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why? You sure it wasn't because after the thing that happened to me, no one could look at me without dying laughing? You sure about that? You sure about that's not why?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Pearl, but I really fucking liked X. I really liked X a lot.
You didn't see Pearl?
No, I didn't see Pearl yet. It's been on my list for a while, and I kind of forgot about it.
I saw X. Out of order.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, you should see the first one first.
I don't
Jenna
want to talk
Ortega
about it.
in that.
Well, wait. I mean, it's been out this long. You don't have it on Plex or anything?
I do have it. I just haven't seen it.
I mean,
I kind of get what would happen.
You sure you haven't seen this already?
No, but I get kind of from X. I kind of understand what Pearl could be about. Is a better way to say it, just because the character is in X. even though
I don't want to.
it's kind of
Yeah, I
short.
don't want to say anything about it.
But the old
well,
woman
it's
is
been this long. You haven't
Pearl.
seen it, so I don't really care. But because you should have seen it already.
Yeah.
If you if you liked X this much.
No, I just kind of I do like Ty West because he is very original.
Mixoplex, you never heard of Ty West at all?
Apparently, she fucks a scarecrow, which sounds intriguing. Sounds awesome. Nope. X is good, man. It's actually to me it feels like a Tarantino movie that's like a horror movie. You know, like he doesn't do horror. This feels like actually his style. I mean, maybe it's that 70s thing.
He does horror, just not directly.
Yeah, I guess so. It does feel like. I mean, I'm sure he liked X.
There's a
I'm sure he liked
science
it a lot.
fiction movie. That'd be weird.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to do a Star Trek thing, so that was something he wanted to do. He actually has an idea for Star Trek, which would be kind of cool. I mean, apparently we don't know, but I know he has a movie idea for Star Trek, which sounds like if I was Star Trek, I'd be like, yeah, sure, fucking do whatever the fuck you want. That's what I would say. Yeah, you want to do that? Sure. You're Tarantino? Yeah. Go for it. Because what they've put out as far as Star Trek's been shit. Other than the new Picard series, which has had
I don't know.
Star Trek
those
faithful.
Christopher Pine movies sold pretty well.
Well, that's what's part of it. It's a Tarantino's movie takes place within that universe. Yeah, and he's only got one movie left that he wants to direct. Mixoplex. He wants to direct one more movie, but I feel like that does mean he could produce or write movies outside of his own shit. But what's exactly his? He only wants to do 10. So yeah, he's got one left, and it's going to be about a film critic. I think it might be called Critic. I don't know what it's called. It's in the works right now, which it doesn't sound super interesting as far as a movie, but I'm sure he'll do all right. I mean, I liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's going to be called The Movie Critic. And it's actually about a movie critic from the 70s who was, I think she was... In
relation to the critic with John Lovitz?
No, I don't think so. But it is, it's Pauline Kael, who was a movie critic during the 70s, late 70s.
Yeah, I remember,
so he would fucking love her.
I've seen like so many interviews where Quentin Tarantino and Roger Ebert quote her.
Oh, it's definitely easy being a film critic. We're film critics. It's very easy, man. It's very easy. It's very easy to critique these movies and actually make them.
Or criticize.
Believe me, making these movies is hard. Making a movie is hard. It's very
being
hard.
a fat slob watching it and writing a bunch of creative bullshit.
Oh, I can do that.
Is a whole other thing.
Yeah, no, I definitely have to say it's hard, man. Especially like it's harder nowadays because people don't have the attention span.
Do either one of you know who Siskel and Ebert are?
Oh, I'm sure they do. But we're not that far out of this realm of pop culture is, put that into place. I mean, Red Letter Media is the new Siskel and Ebert. Let's face it, right?
Yeah, I guess they are.
I would say they are.
Yeah, it never even like occurred to me until you said.
Oh, they are. That is what they are. I've realized that like long
ago.
No,
they're like. I'm sure there's like a better known version than them.
There actually is a really known YouTube critic guy called, I think his name is Jonathan James or something. There is a movie critic that's really popular these days. I don't like his opinions or his stuff, and I don't really watch his channel. But he is like the most popular film critic. I'm trying to think, what's a new movie that came out recently? Oh, The Holdovers. How about that? Or Miss Marvel. The Marvels.
What's Miss Marvel?
That's connected to the Marvels. All right, Jeremy Johns is the guy who is kind of probably the most popular film critic.
Did you say Jeremy Jones?
Jeremy Johns, like Jahns. Jeremy Johns is probably the most popular film critic.
They're not
today.
even hacks. They're like so non-essential. They don't.
The funny thing though is, I would say I get what you're saying, but everyone said this about Siskel and Ebert at the time. They all called them hacks then too. But I kind of look back at their stuff.
They used to matter before the internet. Now it's like any asshole with an internet connection can do what they do and get the same level of attention.
I remember people calling them hacks, and I kind of don't think they were. I don't know. Like, get a real job, nerd. Yeah, well, tell it to Jeremy Johns in his leather jacket.
I didn't always agree with what they said. And a lot of times I would agree with Siskel and I would agree with Ebert, or vice versa.
They have very different opinions. Yeah, I mean, I think I liked Siskel better.
To be a little bit more uptight with violence, and Siskel was cool with like more sexual, weird, violent movies. Like,
but then fucking Roger Ebert did that fucking In the Valley of the Dolls movie.
I know, but that was so early in his career. I feel like he almost resents it.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I kind of like that movie. But
yeah, there's a lot of attractive.
I think it's a Russ Meyer movie, which is you film buffs can look up Russ Meyer, who's a Playboy photographer for a little bit, and he loves big tits. So what's wrong with that?
What is it?
Faster Pussycat Kill.
Yeah.
He's known for that.
Is like Triple Z's. Yeah, she's actually one of the earlier known groupies.
Really? For like
eventually this like weird magazine came out called 17 or 16 magazine, where it was like models who were like 14 to 16 years old that were all in the magazine. It was like a version of Playboy almost. And they made them out to be like 18 to 21.
Sweet.
Yeah, and
Epstein Island kind of shit, right?
Targets of rock groups like Led Zeppelin, like Jimmy Page.
How about
Elvis? This like 14-year-old girl that was in the magazine.
Oh, yeah. Goes back real weird with them. Gets real weird with these big guys. No one's going after them. They're going after the Weinsteins and the Epsteins, right? Hey, all the Steens are on watch right here. Is that a coincidence? Is it a real coincidence? Is that a coincidence? Are you sure about that?
You sure about that?
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Sure about that? I mean, I'm right now in show jeans right now. I mean, but you wear show jeans too, right?
I said no gag gifts, and Julie gave me chode jeans, and I almost killed myself.
What are chode jeans?
Chode jeans. They're jeans for a chode. Size 54 waist, 10-inch legs, fucking junk. Julie gave them to me.
It was just a joke.
I almost killed myself, Julie.
Russell.
Size 54 waist seems kind of slight there too, right? I mean, I think we're in the 63s.
Any jeans are cho jeans if you tuck your shit in really hard.
I don't tuck.
For against my will I tuck my shirt
against
in.
your will you tuck, okay. You're talking about your cock?
I mean, you never had to tuck your shirt in?
Oh, I thought you were talking about your cock. Okay, shit. I thought you were tucking your thing in. You're doing like a duct tape thing. Dan Flashes, dude.
Tucking in the shirt to my pants.
Dude, I go to Dan Flashes and I get everyone looks like me there, so I'm fighting for shirts when I go to Dan Flashes. Dan Cast knows. Dan Cast knows what's happening there. Dude, you get a shirt that's more complicated, you'll spend at least $200 because it's all about a complicated shirt. Do you know what I'm talking about? You probably love it. Do you know that skit there, the Dan Flashes skit?
The what?
Yeah, you don't know it.
No, I just didn't hear what you said.
No, there's a good skit on I Think You Should Leave about Dan Flashes, which is a very complicated shirt design. That's a funny bit.
Yeah, he's just like laying on the couch the whole time.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it. Yep. You can buy the shirt on Amazon too, which is really funny. I found the Dan Flash's shirt on Amazon. I should get it for. We should get it for John what's his name, Jason Chicken. What he goes by on here.
You have to mail it like overseas or some shit.
Here, let me show you the shirt. It's on Amazon. In town soon enough. This is the shirt. You can get it online, but it's super complicated. I mean, $30 is
nauseous looking at it.
Pretty awesome though.
It
It's a
looks
good
like
gag gift.
It looks like a screensaver.
I mean, I wonder what are the ratings on this? These ratings have to have some
$30
kind of,
for this shit. Plus
that's
tax
cheap, man.
and
That's
delivery?
cheap, man. This shirt should be $200.
Why?
Because the design is complicated, man. The design's so complicated, you have to get more price for it. It's exactly my style. I mean, like, these are all inside jokes. These are all inside jokes with this whole thing.
You're more of like a golf shirt type, probably, right?
Yeah, I'll say this: I don't really like polo shirts.
You crew on a boat.
I don't like polo shirts. I'm more of
You don't like polos?
No, I'm not a polo
like
shirt guy.
polos.
I know you like
About
polos more than I like polos. I don't like polo
all
shirts.
You need is like a dirty, disgusting, understained shirt, and you're good to
I
go.
like I like
Nobody
flannels.
knows.
I like flannels a lot. I
Flannels?
like what's the
man,
company?
that's too based on the time of the year.
Well, it's white trash though too, so I gotta fit into
You
that.
can't wear a flannel in the summer.
I mean, if it's white trash, I'm gonna get it.
The nice thing about a polo is you can put a polo on in the middle of the summer without an undershirt on and just unbutton it and let it.
Yeah, I
breathe.
mean, but the thing about like flannel shirts is you got that white trash kind of Texas vibe. I like that.
Don't you give me that look.
Man, that bitch got herself a nice little dumper.
That kind of shit. I like this. What's this brand? It's got the little fucking wave on it. What is this brand called? Carhartt. Carhartt. I like the Carhartt shirts.
Oh yeah, that's a common hipster.
Is that hipster? I feel like they're just nice shirts.
No, Carhartt is a.
It's like a fucking work. That's like a. It's not. That's like a
you wanna
fucking like
dress
farmer shirt. It's like a farmer brand.
No, Carhartt's like you want to dress like you work roadside assistance or you're like a toll collector, but you're just some fucking overprivileged. What is it? Trust fund baby, piece of shit, trying to look like you don't have money.
I like this look too. Makes up like that, like sailor look with a lollipop. I'm a fan of that as well.
You like the baby Huey look?
Yeah, like this look right here. Like you get
You
like
did.
this look.
You
Like what
did.
this
You
cat is
want
looking
you
like
don't like the Nancy Boys idea we had for a horror movie. It was like this group of weird mutated
That
children.
was a good movie. That was a good idea, man. I have to say, I still think that's a funny idea.
Think about it now. It's kind of like a Brood ripoff.
Oh, or also kind of like a ripoff of that Skittles guy.
Well, that's where we got it from.
It was kind of I guess it was kind of from
We
that.
just took that guy and like made it out to be this like posse of like creepy kids.
Yeah, this is the guy, right? Let's see.
You tried these berries and cream starburst?
Pardon me, what kind of starburst did you just say?
Berries and
berries. Berries and what else?
And cream.
Berries and cream. Oh, hurrah! Berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. Berries and cream, berries and cream. Oh, I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
Fucking weird.
Yeah, what a strange idea for a commercial right there.
Yeah.
Fucking weird. It's very weird.
It reminds me of like
Tim and Eric, man, they
early
fucking
90s
brought that shit out.
In 90s shit where they would do like really creepy, grimy ads that were like scary in a way.
Yeah, Tim and Eric brought out that shit, man. That's where it all came from, Tim and Eric. The weird advertising.
Well, like the funny thing about Tim and Eric is like they do all that Cinco shit, fake, like making fake ads, but then like the real stuff they do goes on to influence real advertising.
Exactly. Exactly.
Very,
and now I think they're doing
confusing, strange paradox.
Very confusing. Again, one of my favorite clips here.
I forgot. I didn't know you had this clip on demand. Yeah, clips on demand. By the way, is a service we're going to have next month.
No thanks.
There you go. This is a brilliant show, man.
Well, did you ever hear of like the Force Dream awakening sequence shit in movies?
No.
Like in Jaws 4.
The one where the shark realizes that he's after the mother with Michael Keane.
No,
Michael
the
Keane.
mother has a dream sequence where the opening sequence is her getting eaten alive,
Right.
and then she wakes up from it.
Yeah, I remember the film. Michael Caine is the pilot, the helicopter pilot.
Yeah, and for some reason, he escapes by swimming away, and then once he gets out of the water, his clothes are completely dry.
Well, fucking what's his name escapes to the guy from Close Encounters. He had like no issue with Jaws. He's under the water and has no issue with them.
Openly admitted that he knew the movie was going to be terrible. The money was so hard to turn down.
Yeah, I think he said it's
like
but how much money was that given? I don't know.
Oh,
weird.
Whoa! I didn't know Mr. Bean was in the new Willy Wonka movie.
What's his name? The real guy's name, Rowan something.
Rowan Wick.
Yeah.
Who is actually the same name of a
no, it's not Rowan Wick.
Used to be on the Cubs.
It's a different guy. Rowan something else. Wick is not his last name.
Okay, so I confused him with the
Yeah, you're thinking of the baseball player. His
Yeah.
name is Rowan Atkinson, right? Rowan
that's the
Atkinson,
company
which is also a hockey player named Atkinson. So
yeah, Cam Atkinson on the Blues.
yeah, it's Atkinson. Yeah.
Oh,
I
look
like
at this
I
personal
like
looking
Mr. Bean.
stand taking the stands.
Dude, I watched what was it? Ali G, the movie recently, and it's just like, oh man, that movie's like such trash. It's embarrassing. It's like
Isn't
the
it
jokes
like
in
the
it are so
Hobbit
bad.
guy?
Yeah. He's he's in it.
Fuck. And then the woman from the Invisible Man movie.
But I like this bit. Here's a clip. I actually should have clipped this out. There should be a clip, but because I did laugh when I watched this part. Let's see if I can get it. Here you go.
Oh shit! It's the Game of Thrones motherfucker.
Yeah, he's in it.
David?
Yeah, he's a little stupid in this, but I did like her.
Yeah, that's Rana Mitra from the Kevin Bacon Invisible Man movie.
Oh
where
yeah,
he sneaks in her apartment. I guess he rapes her.
I think so.
Jungle is massive. Wicked. Jungle is massive. Wicked. Jungle is massive. wicked, average and not. Marty will and them, I spin them like a windmill. You talk for them, but them a weak off the skill. Can't stand nice unless when you party bill. I think I'll see you with my sister, them things get fulfilled. Pass out with them in the pass out with them in the court. Life with them in the jail. I go winner, said the winner. Over the hill. Booyaka, booyaka, when the general advance. Booyaka, booyaka, MD run the dance. Booyaka, booyaka, we not take back no talk. Booyaka, booyaka. Incredible. It's not even for them, and they tell them the general. Keep on back in the night. We keep that average and not.
Such a weird movie, man.
I mean, that's really not what he's known for at all.
Oh no, I mean, the show is good. The LG show I really liked, but it didn't really. This movie did not transfer over.
Yeah, but even the LG show, that was just one of the characters. It wasn't the whole fucking thing.
But I would say it was a funny character. Like, but again, it's like making a movie out of that one.
It reminds me of the Tim and Eric movie, where it's like they are better in short spurts for 2
But I don't know.
3 hours in a row.
Borat
Like, I
movie
don't
was
want to fucking
good.
see that.
I think it just depends because like the Borat movie turned out to be pretty good.
Was it? Like, go and watch that again.
No, I liked it. I mean, the second one's not even bad. Did you see the sequel with the Russian girl? Wasn't bad. Took place during the pandemic. It wasn't a bad movie.
I feel like I saw bits and pieces. Well, whatever you probably showed me, but I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, what was the last like pre-lockdown stuff that you can remember?
The Lighthouse. The Lighthouse. That's really it. Dude, you're talking about the before times? The before times.
What was that movie with the guy who jumped off the fucking cliff and his legs burst out of his
Midsummer?
And I think right after that was the Quentin Tarantino movie with the Manson shit.
Oh yeah, that was definitely big before that. Yeah,
that was right before all that. Right before.
No, that was only a little before. You're right. It was only a little before. It was like December of 2019.
Yeah, whenever you say the before times, it makes me think of that dinosaur movie.
Yeah,
where the Brontosaurus mom gets killed. Day before.
I mean, I kind of
the
think
day before time.
As sad as that is, I feel like it is true.
And I get like
the before times is pretty correct to that era, back when things were different. Although I think I kind of do. The last 2 years, I feel like everything's been back to normal. I think just
that
knowing
was back when plastic bags existed.
Well, we're in New Jersey. You can go to other states and find plastic bags.
I mean, I've got like
actually Mix Sixplex. You're here.
I've got like 5 boxes of plastic bags if you need any.
Mix Sixplex. When you go to a grocery store, do they give you plastic bags? Do you have to bring your own bags?
Or do you have to make it out of your own skin, like a skin flap?
You have to make a skin bag, yeah, like a sack,
like some existence thing where it's almost like you just carve out a little portion of your body, they sew it back on over it, and then there you go.
Bring your own. Bring your own. Okay, all right. You know what the funny thing is? I think this has been I know in Europe, and I'm assuming Canada because they're kind of like Trudeau, things. It's been a big thing to bring your own bag for a while. But if you go to Pennsylvania, just a little bit away, they're like, we still got fucking bags for you to fucking burn. Here's the fucking tons of bags. By the way, I searched the before times, and Merriam-Webster dictionary, the site lists the word as that has become an expression of a nostalgia for how things used to be pre-COVID-19. So it has become part of the zeitgeist of the world we live in, that the before times are referring to pre-COVID.
Yeah, Mike Saplex, have you seen that Trudeau blackface genie?
Yeah, I think no one hasn't. He's been in the funny thing about him in blackface is it's happened more
It's
than
not even
once.
the first time. He's got
It's
like
he
three
had
different
to-
outfits.
yeah. He's like, no, I'm sorry for all the times I've been in blackface, which means like more than once.
It's like 5.
I've never been in blackface. I can come out and say I've never been in blackface.
I don't know about that, man. We can go back.
I've never been in blackface. I've never been in blackface.
I'm trying to
can't
think of
find
the most
anything-
like racist thing I've ever done. It's probably I don't know. I'm trying to think like the most egregious, obvious fault to where I could have been compromised.
I mean, this is the funny. I mean, when I
No,
heard
it's
about
probably
this,
the pilgrim shit that we were talking about earlier. That's probably the worst thing I ever did.
and you were indoctrinated by the school, so it wasn't even your fault. It was indoctrination.
Well, I
mean,
don't think they gave me the choice to be. Do you remember? Like, did they give you the choice to either be a pilgrim or be?
No, it was like
Union?
one side. It was you. You were drafted. It was like you were drafted.
Yeah, you were
into
just
one
like
side or the other.
predispositioned into
draft.
your role.
I mean, I remember reading this, by the way, and I was like dying laughing. Canada's Justin Trudeau cannot say how often he wore blackface. He can't even remember how often. I can tell you this: I've never worn blackface. He can't even remember how many
say
times.
how
he's done it.
often. That's already like way too many times.
Yeah, it's like he's often worn
All you have to
blackface.
say is none.
I cannot say how often I've worn blackface because I can say none. He can't.
Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about it. You have that Rastafarian fake dread.
Yeah, but I never fucking put black makeup on my.
I
fucking-
know, but still, that's the closest you're gonna get.
Yeah, but not really.
Where'd you buy that from?
They used to sell that back then. This is before.
Did you get it like on a dollar store cruise?
Yeah, I got on a dollar store cruise when I go on my cruise for dollar, like a family Hobby Lobby.
Like,
go to a Hobby Lobby, you can find that kind of stuff.
Also, you had this. I feel like you had a giant fake cigar. What did that come with?
I don't think I had it. I never had that.
Somebody had a giant fake cigar.
But I think
Some,
it's just
like,
so funny how
movie
this guy
prop.
can't remember how many. He can't remember how many times he's worn blackface. That's so it's like more than at least
That
10
sounds.
times.
Yeah, that sounds like he's blacked out or something.
It sounds like he's like probably in blackface
as in
once a week.
face. I mean, like blacked out isn't like passed out.
I mean, we have 3 different images that have come out of him wearing blackface. Oh my god, and they're super dark too. I mean, he went all out. Like this genie one, you didn't even need to. This genie one, you didn't even need to be black for. That's also like offensive. Like you could have just worn this costume without the blackface, and it would have all worked. But he took it to another level. You know, like that's next level costume. Jesus. Yeah, he's still the president. He's still the prime minister there, so it's all working out. It's just honestly unbelievable. It's hilarious. I don't give a shit about his politics. I just think it's funny. He's been in blackface multiple times. Like, oh, God, I love that. Fucking love that.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why? You sure it wasn't because after the thing that happened to me, no one could look at me without dying laughing? You sure about that? You sure about that's not why?
What is it? What's wrong, sister?
Oh God, that him punching the girl has not gotten old to me yet.
I'm not doing it. I don't even want to be around anymore.
What?
I don't want to be around anymore.
Like you don't want to live anymore?
I don't know.
Our parliament and Trudeau gave a standing ovation to a Nazi a little while back. Oh God, I'm not surprised. I mean, from what I've heard, man, like, I mean, I'm not like political. I don't have a side, even though I come off as a boomer right wing channel. I'm not. I can tell you that I don't care. But it doesn't sound like Canada's going so well these days for a little bit. That's all I'll say. Is I don't he does not sound like a good prime minister. He just doesn't. Yeah, I should check it out. Yeah, I mean, I just don't get what's going on up there. Especially also going back to like the lockdown stuff. I mean, all this lockdown stuff. I know it's hindsight's 2020, and like that little Florida fucking douche and what's his name? I forget. There's some DeSantis or something. Like, I mean, he comes out looking pretty good because he was lenient on the lockdown stuff. But dude, the fucking Canada was so like crazy about it. Like, I know you couldn't even get into Canada without like, I think they locked down the border for up until like 2021. It was like I wanted to go. Yeah, it's like crazy.
Well, I thought we thought about going there for like one reason or another. I forget why, but
yeah, and it's all locked down. You know, like it's crazy. Like I wanted to go to Oak Island, dig up some artifacts, figure out what's going on up there. Right? Like what's going on? I could make my own documentary. I could get on History Channel.
I mean, I've heard
Skinwalker, Oak Island, right?
I've heard Canada's fucking awesome. Like all the major cities, people seem to love.
I mean, I went to Toronto. It was very clean. Well, maybe because like here in America, everyone's just like a dirty
it's clean
Viking.
compared to New York and Philly and cheap shitty places in New Jersey. Like
I mean, most people here have us like we have a communal. We have like a communal.
New
Jersey. There's a communal snot bucket up there. No, all of Trenton has a communal snot bucket where everyone puts their snot into and then gets passed around. We're the snot bucket state. That's what they call us here in New Jersey. We're the snot bucket of the Northeast. That sounds like Rhode Island. Rhode Island's the snot bucket of the
I don't know.
Northeast.
You think we're grimier or lesser than Philly?
Oh no. Philly's like next level grime. I don't think there's much worse than Philly actually in that I've been to in the United States.
It goes like this. It's
pretty bad.
New York, and then
DC sucks too. DC's really bad.
Lesser known kind of shitty runoff. And
DC's like
the forgotten.
DC and Philly are like step cousins. DC and Philly are like cousins. They're very similar cities.
Yeah, DC was a fucking shithole.
Yeah,
I've
very much remind me of Philadelphia.
Every other
it really reminds me of Philadelphia. And Chicago was like a very segregated city. I went there once, and all the blacks in the south side, all the whites in the north side, and that's that.
Chicago. What was the food like?
Shitty, not good. Chicago sucks. Chicago's a very overrated place. Like I've had all those things the bear is talking about. That shit sucks. Like Chicago sucks. Don't underestimate it. Chicago's not good. Toronto was cool. I did like the zoo up in Toronto, and I like Niagara Falls.
Mixoplex, do you like gravy? Canadian gravy?
Mixoplex, you from Hamilton? Are you from the Toronto area? Hamilton was nice.
But it was like a shitty bastardized version. I bet the original version of poutine's much better.
I think poutine though is a little bit more Western than Ontario. Like I think it's more Western. I think I want to say like Ottawa is gonna have some. Ottawa's gonna have some poutine. It's like regular. It's like brown gravy with cheese curds. I guess it is all a Canadian thing. Okay, all right, yeah, poutine. I mean, I've had
cheese curds. I thought it was French fries.
Well, it's French fries with cheese curds on them with brown gravy.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of fucking calories.
But you know what? You can also get that in you go to fucking Wisconsin, you'll get the same thing. I mean, Wisconsin is our Canada, basically. So it's like they have the same stuff. I mean, it connects. I mean, tell you the truth, like even that Chicago, like you're not far off from Canada. From you're crossed. What is it? That Great Lake is that Michigan? Is it
Detroit.
Michigan? Yeah, but what's the lake there? There's a lake right there. The Great
Lake Michigan.
I think it's Michigan. Across from Michigan, you're fucking in Canada. And then you go across.
Oh,
from,
no, there's 3 lakes. There's 3 lakes that border the entire area. I can't.
No,
recall.
it's
Lake Superior, Lake.
Well, no. I mean, there is other Great Lakes, but Lake Michigan is the one that's around Chicago and Milwaukee.
No,
and
but
Michigan.
there's supposed to be. I thought there's like 2 others that border around it for the holy trinity of lakes.
Well, Lake Erie is that's the one
Yeah,
that
Lake
kind of
Erie.
connects. Yeah, but that's a different side. That's a different peninsula. That connects to like New York, and that connects to Ohio. At the top there, Cleveland is on Lake Erie. Buffalo is on Lake Erie. Hamilton is near there. I mean, that was a nice area. Like I like that. I mean, Canada, that little area of Niagara Falls, Hamilton, Toronto area is really nice. I don't know anything else besides that.
Like, how does poutine work? Do you have like a McDonald's of poutine, and there's like all kind of
I think it's
alternate, lesser known versions of people making poutine?
I'm gonna say this. I think it's like a food truck type food. Like you're gonna go to a food truck to get good poutine, or maybe like a diner. So let's see what Mix explains. That's what I'm.
You know what's fucked about poutine? If you add an N, it's like a completely different fucking conversation. You know?
It's like The Rock.
If we're
WWF,
we could be searching for food, and all of a sudden we're searching for poutine, and then it's like,
you know, it's funny how The Rock in WWF kept talking about poontang pie. Remember that? That was like a big
no, you gotta take that clip out.
Oh, dude, it was like he kept saying like poontang pie, and it was before anyone knew what the fuck he was talking about.
You gotta dig that up.
I can find it probably pretty quick. Here we go. I found it. There we go. I found it pretty quick. Poontang pie, The Rock. Good old Dwayne Johnson. It's funny how this is this was able to be on TV because I don't think anyone knew what he was talking about. Because man, what a great time right there. You get away with saying that.
So blatantly sexist and fucking degrading.
Exactly.
Even Mankind's like,
Here I got another one.
Since you came out here running your mouth about The Rock, and The Rock is the people's champion.
I was looking at him like you feel sorry for The Rock, King.
And we're all surrounded by the people.
Sounds like Trump.
The Rock has but one question. You like pie?
Oh no! You must be saying.
it's crazy how he can go from this like pathetic, lowbrow bullshit to being like A-list celebrity, can't fail. Everything he does makes tons of money.
Yeah. Well, because I think this kind of came from it though, because he's a very likable person.
Looks like she wants to crawl under a rock. Listen to this crowd. Freedom of expression, right to censor from our.
Well, this motherfucker actually has pie.
Yeah, they brought out the pie for him there. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! So Poontang Pie is that big of his fucking brand that they have actual carrot top type fucking.
I mean, it was funny how just that whole era of like wrestling got so big. I think that's I mean, I saw this clip the other day, and it just kind of shows you how
I thought Stone Cold really was the peak.
It was a couple of things, man. It was like they had just a lot. They had the Stone Cold, they had The Rock, they had the Generation X. It was like 3 things at once that got really big. I mean, here's like a good clip of a good example of.
Hey, baby. Hello.
Look these nuts.
doing? It was me. Did you see what that sign said? Oh, baby.
Oh, it's so white trash.
Yeah, but you could tell. You could also tell that it was like that wasn't planned. Like that was all just spontaneous and kind of pretty awesome. That's how big that whole era was of wrestling.
Well,
you can get that to happen.
I mean, trampoline wrestling was fucking crazy. That shit was fucked up. Dude, I can't even tell you like how many kids got paralyzed from
I'm sure tons.
Trying to recreate that type of shit.
Definitely, man. I'm surprised that like doing the little shitty things we did, we never got hurt.
Nobody got hurt?
Yeah, no one got hurt. I mean, we
Sure
had
about
people
that?
like jumping off shit. Yeah.
Really? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about that. And we had a lot of like weird we had people jumping off fucking buildings and all this shit, and we had Mike Gaboff. You could search Mike Gaboff. He was in our wrestling thing. You could find out what happened to him. Might have robbed the bank or two. You heard about that, right?
He had sex with the vending machine.
Yeah, but you heard about him robbing a bank, right?
Sure about that?
Oh, I'm sure about that. You never heard about Mike Gaboff with the bank? He's like going to jail for like a long time.
What? Wasn't he on some like weird dating show?
Yeah, but
he was
now
on this,
he's like, fuck, dude.
He was on this dating show where this girl named Daisy was having sex with Guns N' Roses extras or what the fuck was that shit? The guy from Poison, Bret Michaels. It was like a weird Bret Michaels spinoff.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he's kind of a nightmare. Better way to say it. Big ass nightmare right there.
Yeah, I accidentally said you sure about that to somebody today, just like in
like our
general
clips there.
conversation. By having like a weird muscle memory to clipping it so much.
Oh, I could see that happening. I'm not surprised.
And the response was, I am.
You're like, what are you talking about?
No, it wasn't even like, what are you talking about? It was like, I am.
All right, man. Well, I gotta head out, dude. We again, this is another one. We had nothing planned, but it went a long time. There's another one. It's another one.
Well, I think maybe when we have a plan, it's shorter because we like hit the points and then end them. When it's so open-ended, there's too much room for
you never know what happens.
Weird,
right?
ambiguous stuff. And also, we don't really have this level of participation from, randos in the chat and shit.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, Mike's a Plex. I don't know. You have to know what the fuck gravy is, man. Like you're lying.
Oh, I think he does.
He knows what gravy is. But his gravy might be white and my gravy might be brown, but it's still gravy.
Well,
it's all
wait,
gravy.
you're talking about something sexual there?
No, I'm talking about gravy.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about, come on. Man,
I mean,
gravy.
the way that you said that made it weird.
Oh. Can't help but make it weird.
This Napoli trailer is getting played nonstop. This might be
because they're trying to promote this shit.
horrible.
It's coming out soon. I mean, Nothing in that trailer
might
looks
be-
that good either.
This might be like an absolute abomination. I feel bad because I like Ridley Scott. I like Gladiator.
Here's something actually I found here. Let's see. Let's check out this. Frank Reynolds in The Last of Us.
Sick.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, Frank, you just killed a kid!
Shit, what is this?
Speaking of which, where are you?
Ellie. Whoa.
Oh my god.
What the hell's everybody doing in my apartment? You having a gangbang?
Come on,
Whoa.
push me up.
Whoa! Die, you sucker! Hey, you guys, look, I found this
me.
garden hose, right? I'm gonna use it to pump fresh air into the building and breathe into it like a scuba diver. I'm gonna try it out. Oh, botched toe. I botched that one. Oh, that's a botched job.
Oh god.
Now this man loves life.
It's like really
That's
abstract.
bleeding. I need some trash to plug up the cut.
got it.
Ah, get him! Get him! Get him!
Swear to me that everything that you said about the fireflies is true.
You gonna be crybabies about it? All right. Take my gun. Yeah.
That was very well made. I'm glad I found that.
Wow. Yeah, that's fucking. That was amazing.
Someone did a good job on that. I dig it.
Editors don't get enough respect.
Yeah, someone that like I like the part where he's like you could see him from behind and he's still talking to the character. That was good. That was a nice little touch. I appreciated that. And yeah, with that, we will see you next time after Thanksgiving.
Gotta go.
All right, see you, lovers. And yeah, Wizard_Shack on Twitter. Or yeah, good night. Thanks for coming out, man.
And we have
Good seeing you.
We have a Discord that Mexiplex is keeping alive.
Yeah, I gotta go on the Discord more. I checked it out recently. I have to go on there more.
I need to check it out. I just can't remember what the fuck it is.
I think we both need to download the app on our phone so we could actually use it.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. You got to actively use it. You got to try to actively use it.
We'll try, but we'll probably forget.
You should get Jason Chicken on there too. He should be on the Discord. He could be good on the Discord. I think he could actually like play into that. You know,
he'll
like
probably
he could actually
engage
use
more
it.
than he's even. Yeah, he'll probably like be engaging.
Oh,
with
he'd
all
like
these people
troll
more than any
he'd
of us.
Troll the whole
ever.
channel. Exactly. Yeah.
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 I feel like that's a bad idea because it'll be a bad influence on his. No, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's an internet troll. He's an internet troll when you like put him to the task. He'll troll it up.
By the way, the Lakers Utah game is 102-77.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah. Like,
Is it
what
about
the
to end?
Fuck. No, there's 11 minutes left.
That's a lot. That's a big
So
score.
how does
right
it work with like over unders? You could probably
No. There's way more than 11 minutes, man. There's a whole quarter left. It's only third quarter. That's crazy.
Yeah, I said how many minutes are left in the game, not like we're already into the quarter.
Oh my god. Well, I saw at the beginning of this game it was 239 was the over under. So it's getting close to that.
Did you see that
239, it's getting close to that.
Did you see that 250 plus total game? The
Dude,
Hawks-
I have to
Hawks
say,
game?
man, like basketball is just nonsense to me. I don't really pay attention to it. Talk about hockey, man. Then you got a sport right there. Get those sports in there. Give me a puck instead of a ball, right? Give me that black puck. Give me a black Santa Claus coming down my chimney. That's the only black guy I'll let in my chimney at December 25th, right there, right?
Do you have a clip for that? I mean, you made that joke like 3 times.
I'm just gonna keep making that joke.
That's supposed to cut away.
I'm gonna keep making that joke. That's not that funny.
I know, but we need like some visual representation of what's going on.
Yeah, I went to Home Depot. There's a Santa Claus to buy. It's a stand up. It's about 3 feet. It's a Santa Claus, and you could either get a white or black one. And I thought, okay, it's funnier to get the black one. Come on. That's basically why I thought about it. I was like, come on, what's the funnier choice here?
Yeah, it's either that clip or my neighbor called me a faggot and trying to kill me.
That was pretty fucking. That's a pretty strange situation you got going on there. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, it's fun. Every day is a new adventure where
I feel like you could go to the maybe go to the apartment complex and say, I'm gonna sue, and say like he's sexually harassing me, and then you could show these clips, and that might be enough these days for them to kick him out, because that's how these things go. You get like a bunch more times where he says that, you can maybe kick him out. That's kind of liable. I would save all those clips.
I do. I have a camera that records all of it, but I have a clip of 2 different things where
because they might be able to get him out.
He has this big black woman that's moved into his apartment illegally,
African American,
and I have a photo of her putting her mailing address.
I don't see race, by the way. I'm colorblind.
Well, she's like
you can't miss it kind of thing.
She looks like the holdovers mom.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Just not as warming,
Can't miss it kind of thing. Yeah, I get you.
And she's chain smoking outside of my apartment, and you're not allowed to smoke anything. Like, I got a notice for smoking weed inside my apartment. And
cannabis, right? Yeah.
This fat fuck is just chain smoking right out front, like nothing's going on. And she's not on the lease. She's illegally living in the space because.
Oh, so you got evidence?
Well, yeah, I have several photos of her getting mail delivered, and the mail is with her name on the packages, not not his.
Wait, is this why this guy doesn't like you though? Because you've been documenting these things? Does he know?
No, he has no idea that I've done any of that.
Okay.
The reason he doesn't like me is because he has a different sleep schedule because he goes to work at like 6 a.m. and I go to work at like 9 to 5. So
that's usual. That'd be anybody.
All, like that's in normal hours is bothering him. So it kind of like fucks everything up because he's trying to go to sleep when I'm normally awake like anyone would be with a 9 to 5 job. So what he does now is when he goes to work on his early shifts is he makes a point to wake me up at like 5, 6 in the morning. So to like fuck up my whole sleep schedule despite it's being like just like being like a complete fucking asshole. I mean, you know me, like I'm not doing shit. Like I'm like literally watching.
Yeah, like you're not like on a.
Like, I don't have people over in my house ever.
Right.
You know,
like that doesn't make sense.
Fucking throwing parties every night. Like I'm doing
like exactly.
This is like probably the most noise I'll make all week. You know.
Yeah, like that's insane. That he's like, yeah. I think he's got like mental issues.
Well, it's weird. It's like he'll go like months at a time and not say a single word, and then all of a sudden, it's like
probably
a big
bipolar
deal. Yeah, it's almost like there's just like other shit going on, and then I'm the one that they take it out on. I don't know. Yeah, it's just
You ever said like when he said those things? You ever like said like out loud like "fuck you" What would he do?
No, because
I would say
I want to.
You might like do something violent, then you could actually get him out of there.
Well, I don't want to.
Have to deal with that.
No, it's like I don't want to like bait him into hurting me, to having an argument for grounds of eviction. There's other ways.
Like
in the lease,
what he said when he was
in
saying
the
that stuff,
lease,
I would
you
have
can't
actually
smoke
vocally
on
said
the
like, dude,
premises,
fuck you.
And I have footage.
I bet you wouldn't do shit. That guy's a pussy. I bet you if you said anything, he wouldn't say anything. Actually, honestly, if you say something, he might actually back down. That might actually be the way to do it. That could actually deter him from saying anything ever. You know, like where you actually say like, dude, fuck you. You know, like he might stop then. But I don't know. Maybe that could make it worse. It's like, it's one or the other. So it's like a fine line. Could make it worse. Could be better though. Could be like
grounds for him to be evicted because he has this woman living illegally in the apartment, and I have footage of her smoking cigarettes in front of my apartment where you can't smoke anywhere, even inside or outside of the entire complex. So
that's interesting.
In itself is enough. But I actually went through this thing with him it was like 2 years ago, where he was getting like really psychotic, and I gave him my phone number because I want him to stop.
I would have never done
Instead of
that.
like, he used to like come to the door and ring the doorbell and say shit to me. So I said like, listen, like I'll give you my number, just message me instead of like coming to the door. And then I had all these like psychotic text messages, and I brought them to the police, and they called him and spoke to him. And after that, he left me alone for like a year. But I guess now he just feels like that shit's all done with. Like they forgot about all that. He can just kind of do whatever.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would maybe bring it up to the apartment place. See what they say.
I did already. They
don't
They're not that active. The way it works is there's a messaging service, and you just give like your name and where you live and what's going on, and then they forward the message to the management company, but nothing's ever really come from that at all. It's just kind of a total waste of time. I really need to go to like honestly, what I really need to do is get the management company in trouble and have them as like what is like a place that collects money but doesn't do anything.
I'm not sure.
Like they like, I need to, instead of go against the guy, I need to go against the management company not doing anything about it and press charges. And that's when they'll like fucking wake up and give a shit, because I've been doing this for months now. This guy's been like every morning before he goes to work, he makes sure to wake me up at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And then, you know, I'm normally trying to wake up at like 7, 8 o'clock to go in at 9 to 5.
Yeah, that's rough, man. Something has to be done. I would just keep trying. I would honestly just keep berating the people that, like, I would just make it a point to just keep berating the apartment complex where they have to do something, because like they're just not doing anything because they don't want to. But if you keep making an issue, then they feel like they'll have to. And I mean, like, you just keep making an issue to them. Keep making it a thing. I would even say, like, I'm thinking of like seeking legal counsel on the issue, and then watch them do it. Like, I'm telling you, as soon as you bring up legal action, that's it. You don't even have to do it. Just bring up legal action, being like, I'm actually thinking of seeking legal. legal course of action to deal with the situation, and then I guarantee you they'll step in. Because then they don't want to get sued.
Different than like when you're trying to get out of
Especially, honestly, man, like
a
that one
utility
video,
or like Cablevision, and you say, "I'm going to go to like a competitor. Like I'm not going to continue the service." It's like the same type of shit.
I would even share with them that one video that you sent, because then you could be like, "This is sexual harassment," and you don't even have
Oh
to
no,
tell
I
them,
have
like.
More than that. I have a video of.
But I mean, like, dude, today's day and age, you say that they're sexually harassing you or like being prejudiced for a certain, again, whatever, even if you're not.
Well, he called me
like,
a faggot.
saying,
I mean,
yeah, but even if you are or aren't, like you could say you are, or you don't even have to say you are. You could say it's sexual harassment, and they're not going to ask. Like, you could say like this is sexual harassment, and I'm seeking legal counsel, and then they'll see that video and they'll be like, yeah, we have to do something. You know what I mean? Like, that's all you should say is I'm seeking.
Yeah,
actually, you should say I'm in the process of seeking legal counsel. That's all you have to say, and I guarantee you they'll come out. They'll do something.
The guy knows when I get home,
and even say like I'm seeking legal counsel, and this might involve you should say I'm seeking legal counsel, and this actually might involve the apartment complex itself. And as soon as you say that, they're gonna be like freaked out. That's all you have to say.
I mean, the guy knows like when
I
get home from work. So every time I leave my car to get to my apartment, they're like they're there. Like they know exactly when.
Right. That's strange. Exactly.
No, that's not normal behavior.
No. And even like the video you sent me is not normal behavior because it's just like. Dude, it's like what you like. It's everything in that video. It's all unprovoked. It's like there's nothing that's provoking this guy to doing that. That it's like it's craziness. Like it is very unprovoked, like action that he's taking. So it's like you could even say that it's like these are all unprovoked actions and discrimination and prejudice. And I'm seeking legal counsel, and this might have to involve the apartment complex. Like that's what I would say, and I guarantee you they'll start to step in. They will start to step in. That's all you say. That's what I would do. I mean, I wouldn't want. I personally wouldn't want to live around a person like that. So either you get him out or you go. That's how I feel. Like I'd either leave or he has to leave.
I like this place. It's like it's really affordable. I don't
it's like one or the other. Either he's got to go or you got to go. That's how it kind of sounds like. Which is.
Well, they're
rather him
go. I'm hoping they maybe die soon from old age.
They're not that old. The black guy? He's not that old. Looks kind of young. It's a little black don't crack though, right?
Yeah.
You can't tell with that.
Man. When you were in Madawan, did you have any like other than the whistling guy, any like psychotic?
No, never issues. No, nothing like that. No, never had anyone bad. I've never had to deal with that, but I definitely know now. Like, I would never want to live in an apartment complex personally.
It's not even a complex. It's just like a townhouse. It's like
yeah, it's true. It's like it shouldn't be an issue. Yeah,
it's just one person under another person. It's not like a whole building.
Yeah, I just know I wouldn't want to live near multiple people. I'd rather be in a place where it's like. I'm renting. I'd rather rent a house, but again, that could mean a duplex, which then you mean you have to deal with another family or something. And
I mean, you didn't find that
he would be bad.
Guy annoying?
Not that bad. That was only on the win. That was only on the. I mean, I'm very like I have a very high tolerance for annoying. Like I don't care. Not a lot bothers me. So it's like, yeah, it was a little annoying, but I could like look past it. I don't know. I mean, that guy was annoying, but I would have never called.
He was annoying, but like in a goofy way.
But it would be like for like 30 minutes.
Not like trying
30 minutes.
to possibly murder you.
It would be like 30 minutes out of the week. Not a big deal.
I mean, I don't know. I remember like sitting there and listening to this guy whistle and thinking like this guy's like not even for my sake, but the people around him are just sitting around listening to this guy whistle like this all night.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is fucking going on? with the people around him that he's like this fucking
I don't think anyone was
psychotic
there.
whistler.
I kind of think no one was there. That's kind of what I think. It was just him by himself.
How
That's kind
was
of
no
why
one
he was doing
there?
it.
There was like fucking 5 kids and
Because
the
they probably were out
grandmother.
doing something. It was always on like a weekend, so they're probably out doing something. You know, like
Yeah, I
they're
guess
doing
you're right.
those fucking Mexican jumping beans. They're probably out,
Yeah.
you know, playing soccer. I don't know.
Man, what would I?
What would be the
oh,
racist
God.
thing to say? I don't
What
know.
I would give for a
I
Mexican
got a black
family.
Santa Claus here.
What I would give for a Mexican family instead of this guy.
Yeah, wait. I mean, honestly, they're It wasn't that bad. They're pretty respectful most of the time.
No, I mean, fuck. Open the border up. I'd rather have a Mexican family
Well,
than some
hold on.
fucking old
This is
bitter black guy who's like.
This is a far right channel, man. We're not talking that. Come on. This is far right. This YouTube channel. They're bringing over their worst. They're not bringing over their best.
That was one comment.
It's been said multiple times.
Oh, really?
No, I think a few times.
I mean, I guess if you look at our track history, we're probably more right than left. Definitely.
I kind of think, honestly, I think we're more personally in my beliefs. I'm a left wing person, but the left wing has now swung to a crazy direction that I'm not left wing. I'm more middle to right now. But that's only because the left wing's gotten crazy. But I would have at one point said I was left wing. This would have been 20 years ago, but I'm not anymore.
Well, like,
but my beliefs have not changed. It's been there. My beliefs have stayed the same. It's been that side that's changed. You know, like that's what's happened. It hasn't been me. It's been that side.
Well, that's what's tough when you try to affiliate with something. You know, like
Oh, I would never affiliate with anything. I'm very middle. I would never also like I wouldn't ever pick a party. I could never pick a party personally. I would vote for whoever's what I like best. That could be any party.
right.
I'm not like I think that's very dumb to like stick to one party. I think it's stupid. It's like a team mentality. It's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, politics and sports stuff are not that different as far as the fanatical stuff, like in fan bases. They're not
I
that
think
different.
there's a lot of things where it's like the financial stuff. Yeah, I like the right wing stuff, but then like the social stuff, it's like, do I not want abortion? Like, no, I'm fine with that. Like, that's getting a little crazy on the right wing. So it's like, I'm very middle of the boat. So like, I don't know. I don't really have a side. It's like
What,
I'm
you
socially
mean,
liberal.
You mean abortion being
Yeah, like outlawed. Like, I mean, I'm socially liberal. I'm probably fiscally.
No, I want abortion. I don't want a bunch of
Same thing with what you're saying, where you're talking
No,
about better
I
money,
want abortion.
inflation.
I don't want a bunch of like women
Yeah,
have
you want
to
abortion.
raise kids that they got raped and now their child's like stuck with them. I don't want that shit for somebody to deal with.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Can you
I mean,
imagine getting raped and then having to raise the kid from that?
Right,
shit
exactly. It's
happening?
insane. It's insane. It's like insane to expect that to be okay. You know, like it's insane to expect that to be okay. You know, it's like, yeah, obviously socially liberal. I mean, for the most part, like this transgender shit and other crap has gotten crazy, but like middle of the line, like that kind of stuff, yeah, probably more socially liberal, like financially and
Well,
fiscally.
like, yeah,
I'm
the trans
I'm
stuff just
Republican.
it's kind of weird fad stuff. But like, I would never want if if I were in a woman's position, if I got raped and had to have a kid from that, I would not want to have to raise that child. Like that's fucked.
But it also
Completely
shows you how there's a clear need. There's a very clear need in America for a third party that's like a big third party that's in between.
But yeah,
that we
but
don't
that's
have.
the,
We
that's
don't
the
have
problem.
that.
Is like once you add a third party, you don't.
Well, England
you
does.
Can't
England
manipulate
has that.
people to be so divisive against one or the other. You know.
I mean, England has that. England has that third party. Like we don't. We really do need that, like a big like
Yeah, that
third
would
party that
change
actually is a thing.
everything. Like
It would. It
the
would.
fact
It really
that
would.
You can manipulate people so white and black, where it's clear how to like oppose one to the other. If
Yeah, and there's a lot of
if you
like
int-
people on
if you
either
introduce
side.
a third party, it would just make everything gray. You know.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people on either side that could actually like. There's Republicans and Democrats that would fit into that category right now. So it's like that really would, you know, like they wouldn't be part of the one side. They'd be in this middle ground, which would be more
But the reason
likely
that
that
doesn't exist,
probably likely that most people would vote on it. Tell you the truth, most people would probably
the
vote
reason
for
it
that party.
doesn't exist is because it'd be too divisive for both of the two parties' agendas. Like they would never want that competition ever.
No, they would. That's also part like that. It won't ever happen because of that. Because that's another thing is people don't realize this is all set up on purpose. Like this two-party system is set up on purpose.
Yeah, I mean it's like
that's the other part of it.
When I
Like,
told my parents I didn't vote, and they like freaked out on me and yelled at me, and I was like,
well, the voting is bullshit. But
By
the way, you're not.
I want to tell them, like, don't you realize like you're wasting?
You're
your
not
fucking
voting.
time? Like this is
actually
already been decided. You're just doing this shit out of obligation for no reason.
And that's technically true because
If
I
you
mean
think-
you're not voting.
If you think that the people that have this much power and money invested are going to allow the average idiot with a vote to decide anything, you're out of
but
your
you can look this up.
fucking mind.
This is the truth. You can look this up. This is American history. This is American politics. We are being polled. We go to a polling platform to being polled. We are not voting. Our electors are voting. We are being polled. So polled is way different than voting because we're being judged on what we think. It's a poll. So you
It's
can
just
go to the
like
polls.
it's just being
and-
manipulated for statistical data that
Right,
they
but
can
we're
then
not.
use for
And
something
then,
else.
and then they claim that the electors take the polls, which is what we vote on, into consideration. But still, they're the ones that are voting. So we have specific electors that actually vote. We poll. We don't do anything. So really, our vote doesn't matter. That is the truth. Our vote does not matter. We are polled. That's why it's called the polls, because we are polled, but we don't actually vote. So people that complain about someone not voting, that's insane because your electors are the only ones that actually vote. We don't vote.
No, they were trying to fucking blame me for Trump losing.
At least for president.
I was like saying, like, you think,
Oh, well, I got the same
you
thing
think
for Hillary
my
losing.
fucking one
Remember,
vote is the reason why Trump didn't get fucking reelected? Like, you're out of your fucking mind, man.
No, yeah. The reason Trump didn't get elected is because the electors voted for the Democrats. And that was it. There's nothing to do with the public. And the reason why Trump won
was their first, second, third, fourth, or fifth fucking choice. Like they just could not come up with a better option.
And that's what people like are crazy about. But
I mean, this guy's fucking senile. He can barely even like.
And electors, I don't know how many there. I mean, there's different electors per state, but I don't know. Maybe there's 100 or something. There's only like I don't know, like 100 something voters that actually are counted. And those are the electors. So that's the only people that are actually counted. Like this shit's all bullshit.
You know what's funny is like
popular vote doesn't matter.
It was funny how they had dead people registering for votes. That's not even a fucking joke. Like,
but I mean, how many?
I'm
sure it does. I'm sure it does. But how many of that is that really? What is that, like 50? You know, like I know people say that happens, and I'm sure it does. But how many really? Like 50, maybe 100?
I don't mean that it matters. I think it's funny.
It also doesn't matter because again, those are also just part of the polls. That's not part of the actual
I'm not saying that it matters.
college.
I just think it's funny that like it was like a joke in a movie, and it's like just
it's real
practice.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's real, but again, that's all polling. That's all popular vote. That's popular vote shit. The popular vote doesn't matter. It's about what your electors choose to do. And again, they say they make their choice off the polls of what most people do, but really it comes down to what they want to do, right? It's their choice. And that's kind of what happened with Trump. No one liked Trump. That's what I mean, that's the thing, is like no one liked him. That was really what it came down
it's
to.
not like no one liked him. It was like a faction absolutely loved him, like some fucking
No, the Republicans don't like him. I think it was just a lot of people. It was actual general public and citizens. They liked him, but I think everyone in the political system did not like him, and that's who actually votes. The political system, they didn't like him. They liked the other Republicans. I don't think
he was trying to drain the swamp.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, he didn't. He became Swamp Thing. He didn't dream the fucking swamp. He was fucking Swamp Thing number one.
You said the same thing in a earlier stream that he became the Swamp Thing, but people still hate him all the same, whether he's guilty of anything or not.
I don't think he did anything he did, like everything he said he didn't do. So, but again, they all do that. Like Obama said a lot of things. He didn't, so it's like I couldn't say. I think they all say that. So I
No,
wouldn't blame
they all
Republican or
say
Democrat.
whatever they have to get in, and
False
once they get
promises,
in,
yeah.
they retract every single thing that they got in, making you believe they got in for. I mean,
Yeah, and at the same time, I understand why people like Trump because he's not part of the political system, and I think people really hate the political system.
That's
and
what
I don't blame them.
that's what my mom and stepfather say. Is that he's not a politician. It's like okay,
And I think that's what people like, and I
okay,
understand that.
yeah,
And
he's not
I
a
agree with
politician.
that to an
He's
extent.
he's just like bought and paid for like every fucking other one. If
But
you
I think
really
he also-
believe that he's not gonna do the same shit as anybody else, you're delusional.
Of course he is. Yeah, I think, dude. He's also like
The
he's
only
a very
reason he
big.
got there is because of the fucking people backing him for it.
Also, everything he says, I don't believe. Like, I don't believe he even agrees with what. Like, everything thing he says, I don't even know if he actually really is saying it or he's just saying it because he wants people to like what he's saying. You know,
I mean,
like,
I don't
think
care what he says. I just find it funny that he's like the outlier. When
well, he is to an
he's like
extent, but I think
anybody
he's
else.
not. I think he's not. I think he's just
I
playing
know they
into
make
that.
it out to be like so much different than it should be. It's like it could be anybody else. He just has so much more of a platform and marketing. You know, like his marketing.
But I will say the only thing that is true is like what Shane Gillis was saying. He is funny. He is funny when he does this stuff. I do agree with that. He's definitely a dickhead, but he's funny.
Yeah, he's entertaining. Definitely.
He's definitely entertaining, and everyone
Whether
else
you
is
like him or not. He's definitely entertaining.
I mean, he's got that he's got that charisma too, where it's like no matter what he says, people who like him will like him. Like Biden would kill for that. Biden would kill to have that kind of charisma, where it's just like no matter what you do, your followers are all on board. Like Biden doesn't have that. He doesn't have that at all.
No, I mean, I
don't think many people do. Maybe Clinton did.
I've asked Pat before, like, what is it about Trump you love so fucking much, man? Like,
I mean, I don't understand.
What is it?
I really
and
don't.
He just said it was like, he said, I saw him make something out of nothing, and I was like, make something out of nothing? I thought his fucking father, like,
no, he didn't make anything out of nothing.
I thought like his father's like a fucking billionaire. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Something out of nothing.
He got everything handed to him his whole life.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I
No,
thought-
it's not true. No, I don't buy that.
But that, to me, that's delusional. Where like they think that he's like some self-made millionaire.
No, he's
And,
not.
like,
He's not.
His father
He's
owned
not.
half of New York.
That's historical evidence. He is not a self-made person.
No, that's like
Like,
some
come on.
scary, like weird.
That's not true.
delusional revisionist history. And
Well, it's like
that's
an
where I
American
get
dream.
freaked out.
That's like an American dream mentality too, where it's like,
But I'm
you
like,
know,
bro, like
a workhorse
you've
person
been
out of
how long?
nowhere. No, he's not that.
You're like the same age as Donald Trump. You haven't seen how this motherfucker came up?
He got like taken out of the draft because his parents were rich. He's not like, no. That's not the truth. I mean, I think the only thing that can be said about him is that he has a very
weird charisma.
Charismatic. He's got a very charismatic charisma.
He's
and,
definitely
like, just the way he
and
talks.
also he's very funny. Like he'll make
And
fun
he's
of
funny.
people and be creative. But
And
that's
he's-
not enough
he's-
to. That's not
I
enough
think he's
to make
more
him some,
relatable.
like, weird deity that he came from rags to riches, when his fucking father is like a
No, that's
owner
bullshit.
of a multi-million-dollar corporation. I mean,
But I do think he's
that's
relatable
some
to.
fucking weird, sick shit.
He's relatable in the fact that he's not like the politicians who seem so unrelatable. You know, like most politicians seem so unrelatable.
No, that's
that
true,
He's a little
but
different. And also, I think people look at him as celebrity, so they
that
know
he
him from
came
The Apprentice.
Different upbringing than he actually did from is really weird and delusional and creepy to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
They're acting like he like started from nothing.
No. Also, I think a lot of people do like the bully mentality. You know, because they don't like the other side so much that they like a bully that comes out and actually makes fun of the other side. You know, like they like a bully. When
Yeah,
it's,
I mean,
when it's their bully. You know, when
If
you know,
his
I mean, I
debate-
remember like growing up with certain we had friends that were bullies, But it's like when you're friends with them, it's not so bad because you're not getting bullied because you're friends with the bully. That's what Trump is.
Yeah, like
I mean,
John Petrella.
exactly. Like you weren't
used to come
like
on my bus, even
right.
though
He was a bully,
not
but
part of
not
that,
to me.
Route at all, and just like shit and abuse all over the poor people on the bus.
Right.
And
like he was such a bully, but like to me, he was like so fucking nice, and probably to you the same thing. Where it's like, so it's like to you he's great, but to everyone else he's a bully. So it's that's what Trump is.
It wasn't really about being nice. It was like I would call him.
I
like,
remember him being very, very nice to me,
and he'd call me like a Jew, even though I was Italian, and we just go back and forth like trashing each other. In I feel like almost like stand-up comedians, like when they get together, like they just try and like either make each other laugh or like feel horrible. And that's the whole.
I mean,
like a competition.
Also, I think it's like
of
there is this level of like, you know, when you're
violence.
like when you're like, I think what he was doing with you too is like there's this level when you're friends with something, you like to bust someone's balls. It's like a friendly thing. I think that's kind of what he was doing. But then there is this level of like tormenting people, which I would see him doing to other people, which were like
Justin Vega, who I
I mean, I remember like they hated him, and it's like I get it, but you know.
I thought Justin Vega and Roman Soren might have been potential school shooters.
Yeah, I think we actually honestly
means.
Yeah, and honestly though, they were bullied to the point where it is, you know, kind of bad. You know, like I get it.
I mean,
It's
I
not
would have been
fun being
worried.
like that.
I would have been worried if either one of them came in, because I probably would have been on like their shit list just from. Not even like from doing anything to them, just guilty by association.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely was on the shit list for some of that too. I think I got I like pushed down Roman or something. I got in school suspension for pushing a kid because he said something racist, so I pushed him down, and that got me in trouble. ISS.
So you were technically a bully.
No, I actually was standing up for somebody. I was not a bully. The kid, again, he was getting bullied by someone, and then he said something super racist, and I pushed him down, and he fell down, and he started crying like a little bitch, and then he paddled on me, and I got in trouble. But really, I just pushed him down for being racist, which in like terms, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I have some.
But I got in trouble for it. So, but I was a white knight. I was a white knight right there.
Do you remember when we were in elementary school where we had these like they were like shipping containers, but we like had classrooms inside them because the school was like being built at the
trailers
same
for
time.
while we were getting our school built. Yeah, we had to stay in the trailers.
Yeah, and I remember Jesse stole Amanda Cardi's glove and went into the bathroom and started masturbating with it. And one of the teachers,
I think I was in that class. I was
had to go into the bathroom and like pull him out of it.
I was definitely in that class because this sounds so familiar.
And then also I have this weird memory of Jesse being thrown down a cliff. It was like a giant hill, and everybody was throwing like rocks and piles of dirt on him as he rolled down it. And I was thinking, like, God, people like really hated this motherfucker.
Because he was like the bully. He was like the typical schoolyard bully.
I know, but like,
and then meanwhile,
it was almost like remember like El Topo, where like,
well, then meanwhile it came out.
Weird, like,
I knew later
ritual
that
where everyone in the classroom was like hailing bales of like shit and stone.
This is also very like
was thrown down the fucking hill. It was like so fucking weird.
And this is like very typical psychology, but like Jesse was really just a product of his situation because he had an abusive father. So it's like every single thing he did is like so emulations of like abusive family situation. So it's a sad situation that he's a bully.
It was like a
because of
show.
that.
Like,
oh yeah, I used to be friends.
The first time I went over there was with John, and we were trying to find where his plant was being grown, and he showed us a bunch of Polaroids of his like older brother having sex with his girlfriend, and then he pulled out this like flute that was in the shape of a penis, and we all smoked out of it. And then we went outside to his deck, and that was where we were both like trying to find where the plant was, because we knew it was like somewhere in the woods. And eventually somebody got to it.
I know someone stole it.
Yeah, I hated buying from him. He made every purchase to be like some fucking giant thing where like the FBI were in helicopters flying over the entire time. It's like, bro, like,
yeah,
just,
it's ridiculous.
Like this would take like a minute to do. Let's just fucking get over with. You're making like such a big deal out of it.
Yeah, no one give a shit about our area. I mean, I remember my cousin, like the first time we found his parents' weed, and then we found his parents' plants. And I remember we would take shit from the plants every so often. Yeah, it wasn't too hard to find those things. Yeah, no one in our town gives a shit about growing weed. I think that's kind of known actually, that you can kind of get away with it in our area. Now you totally can. Now it's legal.
Our area in general is good for growing anything because we had so many fields and crops and.
Yeah, we're in a very underpopulated area of a very populated state.
That's no, but I mean, like the climate, like Jersey tomatoes and all that kind of shit. You know,
and tomatoes and weed, man. Tomatoes and weed are a very similar plant as far as growing. Like anything that grows good with tomatoes will grow. Like same climate for weed, same thing. Actually, very similar pH level of a plant, so it's like similar thing. All kind of collides.
Are there tomato weed fields?
I'm surprised we don't have any like weed fields grown. We should.
No, most tomato and weed at the same time, like the same field distribution.
Oh no, I don't think so. But I know you're talking about like tobacco. I remember like Simpsons had a tobacco tomato plant combo thing that became a reality. Someone actually grew it.
I would like to smoke weed that tasted like tomatoes.
Really? I don't know. I don't know if I'd like that.
You don't like sauce?
I like sauce, but tomatoes? Well,
that's what I mean. Tomatoes? I mean, like tomato sauce flavored weed.
I don't know. I don't know if that would go together. Although I don't really smoke weed anymore, so I don't know.
Most of the time, it tastes like some fake tropical ingredient that's not real.
Well, most of the time when they say it tastes like something, it actually doesn't taste like it. You ever notice that with weed? It's like, oh, this is Cherry Garcia.
Well,
it tastes like fucking weed.
It's like the aftertaste of inhaling it that you get after you've exhaled. So it's like, like aftertaste. After inhale taste kind of thing. All right, I'm going to head out. I got to piss so bad.